Hey everyone, Firescale Audiobooks here. If there's a novel you'd love to hear more of, you can support us on Patreon or Ko-fi. Depending on your tier, I'll make extra parts just for the stories you're most excited about. Usually I can only upload 4 to 5 parts of each novel, but with your support, we can go beyond that. And of course, don't forget to hit subscribe. It helps more than you know.
Dad, are you serious? I am really the sole heir to a billionaire family. The most powerful person in Kyoto, the grandson of a prince who is less than one person and more than 10,000 people. Kunxing people who can sing and dance rap. M666 Planet Tights Superman's only human body. Etc. Kunxingren Superman in tight pants? Sukyu, who was dreaming, suddenly woke up from the toilet seat in the toilet. The surrounding environment and the somewhat messy memories immediately made Sukyu realize that he had traveled through time. Through time travel, he became the body of a handsome young man who broadcasts outdoors under the banner of Damimi. It's just that there's something not quite right about this macho guy's record. For example, installing the outdoor air conditioner in my parents' room and riding my grandma across the street. He entered at the last second to defeat the king, did not use the flashlight to shine on Tiga but instead shined on Gatenji, sent coordinates to the Trisolarans, and so on. It can be said that all these record labels are attached to Sukyu. He is a little fresh meat who can't be more confused and has the worst life. I spent a lot of effort to get you into this romance show. If you are eliminated in the first round again this time, come back and work as a footwasher for me. Looking at the last text message sent by Damimi, Sukyu covered her nose while thinking of Yuzu. He's a pretty good foot washer, but he doesn't know if he can handle this magical damage. I can't bear it. Absolutely no one can bear it. It's comparable to a child being born in the middle of a toilet. Sukyu didn't want to be eliminated in the first round, but with his current label. Once the show starts airing, don't let those black fans vote for you and me and send them to have their feet washed. Just when Sukyu was about to accept the reality and was about to buy some nose plugs from Pin Zixi to bear on Mimi's Yuzu, a voice suddenly sounded in my mind. Ding, a suitable host has been found and the system is being bound. Congratulations to the host, you have obtained the system that as long as you sleep enough you can reach the pinnacle of life. Is it a system? Sukyu's eyes were full of surprises. Although he was late to arrive at the system necessary for time travelers. System, please introduce your functions. As Sukyu's voice fell, the system beeped. This system is a system where as long as you sleep enough, you can reach the peak of life. As long as the host enters the sleep state and sleeps more and longer, you can get various rewards. Ding, congratulations to the host for getting the novice gift package. Would you like to open it? There is no need to ask. The novice gift package will not be opened. It's like eating Shikwan Dabu decoction and then abandoning your wife to go to bed. Who can withstand this? Open, Sukyu said impatiently. Ding, the newbie gift package has been opened. Congratulations to the host for acquiring the skill. I am the principal, I can sleep wherever I want. Congratulations to the host for acquiring the passive skill. The newly shipped brain is the pro version. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the passive skill. The purple sister is very charming and so is the brother. Congratulations to the host for getting, after drinking the potion it will be good for you and her. Looking at the system rewards that appeared in front of her, Sukyu's face was filled with questions. No, why does this system's gift package look a little bit wrong? Although she was a little confused, Sukyu hurriedly checked. I am the principal, I can sleep wherever I want. Active skill, after use you can enter a light sleep state and obtain sleep points which can be used for store rewards and lottery draws. P.S. Do you think you are the principal? Sleep wherever you want. Yes, I sleep wherever I want. The factory new brain is so easy to use pro version. Are you afraid that you will regret deleting the website after being in the sage state? You don't have to be afraid now because you already have the ability to have a photographic memory. P.S. Mom is no longer afraid that I will be as holy as a Buddha when I delete it and as crazy as a devil when I find it. The purple sister is very charming and so is the brother. Charm plus 10% and wearing purple pants has plus 100% charm. P.S. He is just my pigeon and the color pigeon said is very charming. Hello, she is also a good potion, you will understand after drinking it. P.S. If she is good, so are they. After reading the big gift package rewards, Sukyu couldn't help but twitch the corners of her mouth. Why does he feel that this system seems a bit unfair? This is not in line with a serious person like him who would not even go to a footbath to death. I'm such a principled and serious person, how can I drink this thing? Even if I go to wash the Mimi's feet, I won't drink it. Sukyu picked up the good for hers potion and finished it in one gulp. The main focus is a flexible principle. After drinking the potion, Sukyu could clearly feel that the strength of her 2 kidneys had increased a lot. In addition, his own strength has also grown qualitatively. There is no such thing as a petty dog or a petty dog. It is indeed a reward produced by the system, and the effect is terrifying. Thinking of this, Sukyu planned to try the I am the principal, I can sleep wherever I want skill. He wanted to see what this sleeping spot was. However, at this moment there was a knock on the toilet door. Hello, Teacher Sukyu, the show is about to start. Have you finished using the toilet? The anxious voices of the Liansong staff came from outside the door. Only then did Sukyu remember that she had been in the toilet for an hour. Those who didn't know thought he was doing something in the toilet. Thinking of this, Sukyu quickly opened the door and walked out. I was too busy yesterday and accidentally fell asleep. After hearing Sukyu's explanation, the staff member thought to himself, you are busy watching our daughter discovers she is my grandfather's son, right? He had heard a lot about Sukyu's little quirks. However, the staff did not say anything and took Sukyu into the rest room. The entrance to the love cabin. Under the operation of the staff, the live love drama Our Blind Box Love officially kicked off. As the host teacher, he stood in front of the camera with a smile on his face. After a fluent opening speech, the emotions of all the viewers in the live broadcast room were completely aroused. Do you know how long I have been waiting for this love drama? Come on, I want to watch sweet love. I heard that there will be Nexio in this show. The name may be wrong, but the nickname will definitely not be wrong, hehe. Not only that, there are Nexio, Reba, Sister Ku, Jiazi Yu Shuxin, Beiju Wang Churen, there are so many beauties. I heard that there will be other female guests joining the show later, and Sister Zeifeng will also come. I'm really looking forward to it. Stop talking, I am happy when I think of my family Pigeon in this program. Pigeon has been practicing for 2.5 years. I am a true fan of Pigeon. The female guests are pretty good, but the male guests are all very weird. There's Master Hua from the Huxia music scene, Wang Yibo, the god of motorcycle war, Wang Dalu who has a big mouth and eats all over the world, and there's also a weird little fresh meat named Sukyu. It's a weird mess. Fight. Although the previous ones are weird, they are okay, but the Sukyu in the back is a bit outrageous. He pushed down the ginseng fruit tree and blamed Sun Wukong and drove the candidates to the internet cafe. Everyone, please vote and strive to vote out this Sukyu in the first round and send him to the electronics factory, over here in the rest room. In addition to Sukyu, 4 male guests including Hua Chengyu, Wang Yibo, Wang Dalu and Kai Zukun also arrived one after another. Several people greeted each other but ignored Sukyu. Obviously, they didn't really want to have anything to do with Sukyu, a dark little fresh meat with no strength at all. Sukyu didn't care but studied the system on her own. After studying for a long time, Teacher He's voice sounded outside. Let us welcome our 5 male guests to the stage. As Teacher He's voice fell, the door to the rest room opened with a bang. Master Hua, who was near the door, took the brunt and walked out, waving to the camera. Su and Kun flipped up their hair and walked out of the door looking elegant. Wang Dalu, on the other hand, followed a few people with a wide smile. Wang Yibo is so handsome. Wang Yibo, I love you. Wang Yibo, I love you. Nonsense, my pigeon is the most handsome. Kun. I will carry the banner for Kun. The peak produces false support and the dusk witnesses the true believers. I am a regular Kun fan. Wang Yibo smells good, mommy loves you. Wang Yibo, look here, mommy loves you. Master Hua still likes to be pushy. Wang Dalu's big mouth is so tempting, he looks so good, I want to kiss him. The one hiding behind is you, Sukyu, get out of Liansong. Several male guests each have their own true fans in the live broadcast room. Only Sukyu was full of negative fans and there were endless barrages to get rid of her. Fortunately, Teacher He's words soon attracted the audience in the live broadcast room. After introducing the male guests, let's invite some of our female guests to appear. Teacher He pointed his hand with a smile on his face, and the camera in the live broadcast room instantly cut to the door of the love cabin. I saw a nanny car slowly stopping. Under the watchful eyes of all the viewers in the live broadcast room, Reba, wearing a luxurious fishtail skirt, slowly stepped out of the car. As soon as Reba appeared, she stunned everyone instantly. Even Hua Chengyu, Wang Yibo and others couldn't help but widen their eyes. After Reba, Nai Zio, Yu Shuxin, Wang Churin and Kaiyu's sister appeared one after another. Several beauties stood together, and the audience in the live broadcast room immediately exclaimed, "Feast your eyes." But at this moment, Hua Chengyu purred and walked directly towards Reba and others. "Let me help you with your luggage." Hua Chengyu came forward and smiled gently at the 5 female guests. He would not let go of such a good opportunity to make a first impression. Before the 5 female guests could speak, Hua Chengyu walked straight to the trunk of the nanny's car. Looking at several suitcases in the trunk, Hua Chengyu grabbed one suitcase and prepared to carry it on his shoulders, showing off his boyfriend power. But in the next second, Hua Chengyu, who was full of confidence just now, was suddenly stunned. He looked at the motionless suitcase, his eyes full of disbelief. No, the suitcase was welded shut in the car, right? It's so funny, Master Hua still likes to be in the limelight, but now he seems to have encountered a tough problem. Want to make a good impression by carrying luggage? Master Hua may have made the wrong calculation. Last time I helped my girlfriend move her suitcase, boy, I suspect she stuffed hundreds of bricks in the suitcase. Girls' suitcases are like a different dimension, you never know how much stuff they can hold. It turns out that the goddess's suitcase is the same as my sister's. Goddess suitcase equals my sister's suitcase. I want to marry the goddess equals I want to marry my sister. Hee, I have a bold idea. Upstairs, put away your little plan, be careful with Daegu orthopedics. Hua Chengyu was sweating profusely. He tried his best to lift the suitcase down, but the suitcase only moved a little. I originally wanted to show off my boyfriend power, but now that I don't have any boyfriend power, the dog is now a stone hammer. Zukun, Yibo, Dalu, come here and help. Seeing that he couldn't carry the suitcase, Hua Chengyu directly licked his face and called out to Kai Zukun and others. As long as I am shameless, I am not afraid of being shameless. Upon hearing this, Kai Zukun and others also quickly walked towards Hua Chengyu. It only took a few people to lift out one of the suitcases, which was as heavy as a mountain. Su-Kyu didn't pay attention to it at first. They show their strength and study their own system, but the movements of these people were too slow, which delayed him from sleeping. So Su-Kyu took a few steps forward to the trunk and put her left and right hands on a suitcase. Seeing this scene, Hua Chengyu was stunned for a moment, but his eyes quickly turned disdainful. No, what on earth are you packing? Do you still want to take 2 suitcases at once? Small dog, can you do it? Hey, is Su-Kyu going to start showing off? There's a suitcase in each hand, right? Come on, these little freshmen, if they can even carry a suitcase, it's a record. Trash Su-Kyu, get out of the drama. I hate this kind of pretentious person the most. It's even more disgusting than Master Hua. Kick Su-Kyu out of the show quickly, or I'm going to report it. The audience in the live broadcast room did not have a good first impression of Su-Kyu. Now that he saw Su-Kyu trying to show off by carrying 2 boxes at once, he immediately started to laugh at her. However, before the audience in the live broadcast room could continue to be angry, in the next second, Su-Kyu lifted up the 2 suitcases with a strong hand. You're good, she's good too, and the effect of the potion is really incredible. Su-Kyu put the 2 suitcases on her shoulders and walked towards the love cabin as if nothing had happened. Seeing this scene, the audience in the live broadcast room was stunned for a moment. No, what the hell is this relaxed look on his face? You're a special Hercules, right? Hua Chengyu and others looked at the 2 suitcases on Su-Kyu's shoulders and then at the suitcases in their hands. Are we carrying the same kind of suitcase here? Why can you carry it so easily? His 2 suitcases are definitely lighter, Hua Chengyu said. Kai Zukun and the others heard this and nodded immediately. At this time, Su-Kyu, who had already carried the suitcase into the love cabin, returned. Looking at Hua Chengyu and others standing motionless, Su-Kyu shook her head. Not bothering to pay attention to them, he directly carried the remaining 2 suitcases onto his shoulders. The other hand did not forget to lift the suitcase that Hua Chengyu and others had worked so hard to lift and turned to leave. What? Aunt Deng, Master Hua, how many people can carry a suitcase? How can Sukyu just lift it up and leave? It's fake, this is an illusion, this is definitely an illusion. How could a thin dog like Sukyu have such great power? This is definitely a script, right? Master Hua and the others are pretending to be weak to set off Sukyu. It's definitely true. Come on, Master Hua is such a good-looking person. It's okay for others to set him off. How can he set off other people? In other words, this Sukyu's strength is really not small. Good guy, I can't tell. Where's the brother who just said he wanted to challenge Sukyu? Come out and challenge him. Come out as soon as you come out. Do you think I will be afraid? Sukyu is just a little stronger, but I am very flexible. As long as I hide to the side like this. Wait, I gave birth to my father. I have to go back and take a look. Wang Churen, who was standing aside and observing secretly, said with some disbelief in his eyes. She still knows something about her suitcase. After all, it does contain a lot of things. Even among the members of the program team, there are only 2 people who can carry it. Unexpectedly, Sukyu could carry it on her shoulders by herself, and she could carry 2 of them at once. Naizayo also looked a little surprised and said, I suspect that's not my suitcase. My suitcase is not that light. Sister K, you couldn't help but ask, who is this Sukyu? Why haven't I heard of such a fierce person before? Only Reba, who is under Damami's banner like Sukyu, knows some details about Sukyu. But just because she knew Sukyu's details, Reba became even more confused. She clearly remembered that Sukyu was a young anchor under Damami. She was very weak, couldn't do anything well, and had a lot of dirty stuff. If it weren't for signing the contract, Damami would have used tricks to get Sukyu into this show through the back door. Otherwise, Sukyu would have quit the network long ago. Unexpectedly, Sukyu was so strong that she could carry 3 heavy suitcases by herself. With this kind of energy, there was no need to be so miserable during live broadcasts. I don't know why, but I find this Sukyu quite pleasing to my eye. Naizayo looked at Sukyu's back thoughtfully. Compared with people like Hua Chengyu, Naizayo suddenly felt that Sukyu seemed pretty good. Hearing this, the other women nodded in agreement. Obviously, Sukyu's first impression in the eyes of several people was very good. After the luggage was moved into the love cabin, Reba and others also walked into the love cabin under the guidance of Teacher He. I came to the sofa in the living room on the first floor and sat down. The 10 guests who were in love this time were finally assembled. Teacher He didn't waste any time and simply took out a box and placed it in front of Sukyu and others. This is a gift from the program team to you. Teacher He laughed mysteriously. Sister Ku was curious and eager to give it a try. Is there any more gift? What is it? A gift from the show crew. It shouldn't be that simple. Naizayo analyzed it seriously. At this time, Hua Chengyu took the lead and opened the box directly. The next second, heart rate bracelets appeared in front of everyone one after another. Seeing Sukyu and others wearing heart rate bracelets on their hands, the audience in the live broadcast room immediately started talking. Hey, Nexeo is a smart little girl with big breasts and brains. This gift from the program team is really not simple. What is the purpose of this heart rate bracelet? Is it used to detect the heart rate of guests to ensure their health? Idiot, it must be more than that. Think about it, there will definitely be some heart-pounding moments when couples get along and the heart rate will definitely increase. So how do you know for sure? It must be based on the heart rate. Reba's heart rate is 72, Naizayo's heart rate is 71, Yu Shuxin's heart rate is 68, Wang Churen's heart rate is 74, and Kuyu's heart rate is 70. They all seem to be quite normal. Normal people's heart rate is basically between 60 and 100. If there are no mood swings, it is below 80, which is quite normal. Is between 60 and 100 normal? Then I would like to ask, what level does Sukyu's 40 belong to? How is it possible that someone's heart rate is only 40? Damn it, Sukyu's heart rate is really only 40 to 41. After wearing the heart rate bracelets, the heart rate data of the 10 guests also appeared on the big screen in the live broadcast room. Originally, everyone's attention was on Reba and other female guests until someone discovered Sukyu, an alternative. The heart rate was lower than that of normal people, which shocked everyone, and all their eyes were focused on Soo-kyu. At this moment, Soo-kyu was leaning on the sofa, sleeping with his eyes squinted. Sleep point +1 +1 +1 +1 +1. Soo-kyu, what's wrong with you? At this time, teacher he also noticed that something was wrong with Soo-kyu's heart rate and shouted quickly. Soo-kyu, who was in a light sleep, woke up at this sound. What's wrong? Soo-kyu asked, yawning. At this moment his heart rate returned to around 65. Good guy, Soo-kyu's heart rate is faster than riding a roller coaster. Really or not, the heart rate suddenly returned from 40 to over 60. Did Soo-kyu fall asleep just now? Some people's heart rate will decrease when they fall asleep. If you are 40, it is really possible. No. Goddesses like Reba, Naexeo, and Yu Shuxin are all around. How can you sleep? The audience in the live broadcast room shouted outrageously. After teacher he discovered that Soo-kyu's heart rate returned to normal, he didn't pay too much attention and continued the process. This love drama is called Our Blind Box Love, and its main focus is naturally a blind box. So soon, a blind lottery box was placed in front of the 5 female guests. Teacher he said with a smile. The next step is our blind box session. The 5 female guests will use the blind box method to bind our male guests with fate and become lovers in the next week. After listening to Teacher He's explanation, the audience in the live broadcast room became restless again. They had seen many romance dramas before. However, those romance dramas are basically either mined by oneself or selected by the female guests themselves. But now this program is directly matched through blind boxes. With more uncertain factors, there will definitely be a lot more frictions, which can be said to be full of expectations. Naexeo, you must win the lottery for my pigeon. My pigeon can sing and dance rap and is very versatile. It would be fun if Sister Ku wins Wang Dalu. I think the show will only be effective if Wang Churen, the white porridge girl, wins the motorcycle war god Wang Yibo. I think Master Wang Churen and Master Jiahua are good-looking. They are 2 tough guys, ha 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 ha. Reba and Kai Zukun seem pretty good. With the expectations of the audience in the live broadcast room, several female guests began to draw. Seeing this scene, Hua Chengyu, Wang Yibo, Wang Dalu, and Kai Zukun started to look forward to it. Even their heart rates jumped from 60 to 70 to around 70 or 80. Master Hua's heart rate reached 98, almost breaking 100, and Soo-kyu at this moment, zzz tilde. He leaned on the sofa and fell asleep again. Sleep point +1 +1 +1 +1 +1. At the same time, Teacher he has already taken over the names drawn by several female guests. After taking a look at it, Teacher he gave it away mysteriously, and after whetting everyone's appetite, he started reading. Yushu's heart is drawn to Wang Yibo. The one Cheng Zio drew is Kai Zukun. The one Wang Churen drew is Huahua Chengyu. Sister K, you won the lottery, Wang Dalu. The one Reba drew is Soo-kyu. Let us congratulate our 5 young couples who are freshly released. What a fresh one, ha 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 ha. Good guy, I am a good guy, Nai Zio and Kai Zukun. Sukun is already weak, but now he must be even more weak. You are not allowed to slander my pigeon. My pigeon is a super tough guy who has practiced for 2.5 years. I didn't expect that Yu Shuxin actually won the lottery with Wang Yibo. It's really unlucky. Sister Ku and Wang Dalu are okay, Master Hua and the God of War are also okay, but Reba and Soo-kyu, I don't think it will work. Although my goddess Reba must not be polluted by this little piece of meat like Soo-kyu. It's true that I have a little bit of a change of heart towards Soo-kyu, but this guy has too many black spots, so I have to say, Soo-kyu, get out of the drama and put me in his place. What? When you were discussing Soo-kyu, is it possible that this guy was sleeping? Liu, can Soo-kyu still sleep? If I match Reba, I'm afraid I won't be able to sleep tonight. Reba was quite satisfied with the result of winning Soo-kyu. But just when Reba was about to communicate with Soo-kyu, she realized that Soo-kyu seemed to be asleep. No, we are participating in a love show. Why did you fall asleep? Am I not charming enough, or did you stay up late? Very presumptuous of you. Soo-kyu! Reba poked Soo-kyu and spoke directly. After all, they are both owned by Damimi, and the 2 of them were colleagues before, so Reba didn't have too many taboos. Sukyu slowly opened her eyes, couldn't help but yawned and said, "What's wrong?" "What's wrong? I also want to ask you why you fell asleep. You can even sleep with me next to you. The results of the blind box are out. Guess who is your girlfriend?" Reba felt calm and asked with a smile on her face. Sukyu heard this and said calmly, "You can." Although he fell asleep, he was in a light sleep state after all, and he could still hear some words. "Then what are you thinking now?" Seeing Sukyu's plain expression, Reba couldn't help but ask, "Something is wrong, something is really wrong. Is it possible that her charm is gone? Why does Sukyu have this expression?" No, she must break the casserole and ask the truth. "What do you think?" Sukyu raised her eyebrows and glanced at Reba, then yawned again. "I want to sleep." Reba, she could never have predicted Sukyu's answer. "Damn Sukyu, is it possible that her charm is not as good as sleeping?" Sukyu's answer is perfect. "I won't be able to stop you if you want to sleep." Look at Sukyu's heart rate, it doesn't look like he's just faking it. He can really fall asleep. How many nights did Sukyu stay up? She can think of sleeping when Reba is around, just like a college student. College students said they were hurt, even though college students just want to sleep every day. Ha 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 ha, Sukyu is a bit too upright. I suddenly feel that this guy seems pretty good. I feel like Reba is a little doubtful about life. How can you sleep at this age? After announcing the configuration of several young couples, Teacher He smiled and asked several male guests what they thought of the female guests. Master Hua thought for a moment, then pretended to be serious and said, "Chu-ran, I want to sing a song for you." After the words fell, Master Hua cleared his throat and prepared to speak. However, before he could speak, Wang Churan tilted his head and asked a fatal question. "Isn't this Lion Zong? Why are you singing?" Master Hua was stunned. This was the first time he was asked such a question, and he didn't know how to answer it for a while. It's a bit embarrassing to praise her for being beautiful, but other than this, there seems to be no better answer. It can't be said that he just wants to show off his skills. Let Wang Churan see his strength as the god of the Huxia music scene. Seeing Master Hua being silenced, Teacher He made a prompt decision and brought the topic to Kai Zukun. "Big Zahum's not right by, ahum's not right either." Kai Zukun withdrew his gaze and said righteously, "Zaya Xiao dances very well. If we have the opportunity, we can learn from each other." Kai Zukun is still somewhat confident about his skills that he has practiced for 2.5 years. But when Nai Zio heard this, the corners of her mouth twitched. "How about dancing together?" "No need to. You have been practicing for 2.5 years, 25 hours a day. Who can beat you?" Teacher He then set his sights on Wang Yibo and Wang Dalu. Wang Yibo had no expression on his face and praised Yu Shuxin with a cold expression. Wang Dalu smiled broadly and adjusted the atmosphere with a few cold jokes. Then Teacher He set his sights on the last male guest, Sukyu. "Sukyu." Teacher He looked at Reba, who had a resentful face, and shouted. Sukyu woke up leisurely, yawned and asked, Teacher He asked directly. "Sukyu, what is your first impression of Reba?" "Not bad." Sukyu yawned. Teacher He, no, he had participated in so many programs, and this was the first time he heard such a simple answer. "Then what do you think of the successful match with Reba?" Teacher He asked again. "It's okay," Sukyu said lightly. Teacher He, Reba, live broadcast room audience. "Then what do you most want to say to Reba now?" Teacher He seemed to want to break the casserole and ask the question. "I'm going to sleep first." Sukyu spoke calmly, then tilted her head and fell asleep directly. "No one can disturb me from getting sleep points." Seeing this scene, Teacher He couldn't hold himself any longer. "No, this special thing is Lion Zong. You came to sleep on the love show, right?" Reba's defense was also somewhat broken. "This girl is very charming. This girl is obviously very charming. Why can you still sleep?" "No, you are really asleep." Seeing Sukyu's heart rate drop to around 40 in an instant, the audience in the live broadcast room immediately became happy. 6. With Sukyu's heart rate, he is so sleepy, he will fall asleep in minutes, right? "Good guy, I'm just a good guy." Sukyu is the reincarnation of the god of sleep, right? Lionzong's sofa is easier to sleep on. "Can you fall asleep in a minute?" Awesome. This is the first time I have seen this kind of operation of sleeping on a love video. Although I can't understand it, I was shocked. I'm laughing so hard I seem to have seen the resentment on Reba's face. Ha ha ha. Sukyu's acting is really effective in the show. I fell in love with him and suddenly I didn't want to cast him away. Many, this program is very effective. I'll keep Soo-kyu first. I want to see how long he can sleep. As a veteran in the hosting industry, teacher he has never seen anything like this. No, he has really never seen this situation before. Suddenly, teacher he was almost on the verge of being autistic. Fortunately, he had rich experience and immediately changed the subject and said, "Haha, it seems that Soo-kyu has made a lot of preparations and stayed up a lot of nights to participate in the show. I think the female guests must be tired when they arrive here. In this way, everyone should choose a room first, place their belongings, rest, and then gather here in the evening." After hearing what teacher he said, Hua Chengyu suddenly stood up. "Chu Ran, let's choose the first floor. This room on the first floor is very suitable for you." Hua Chengyu quickly showed up and picked a room for Wang Churen. Wang Churen took a look, shook his head and said, "I still prefer the second floor. 2 is my lucky number." After hearing this, Hua Chengyu immediately said excitedly, "What a coincidence, what a coincidence." Wang Churen looked puzzled. "What's the coincidence?" "My lucky number is also 2, Hua Chengyu said with a smile that he thought was pretty. "Wang Churen, you're laughing so hard, Master Hua, this is too embarrassing. I'll give you the answer based on the answer, right? Good guy, it would be too embarrassing to force someone to be the same. As expected of Master Hua, this method of flirting with girls is embarrassing." "What are you talking about? My Huahua's lucky number is 2. It's obviously Wang Churen who imitated my Huahua. What are you talking about? When did my Churen imitate your Huahua? You have to provide evidence when you speak." The two waves of true fans in the live broadcast room quickly fell in love with each other. In the love house, Hua Chengyu, who was forced to find a topic, was already licking his face and followed Wang Churen to the second floor. There were 3 rooms on the second floor. Wang Churen took one look and chose the one near the balcony. Seeing this, Hua Chengyu's eyes suddenly lit up, because the door opposite Wang Churen's room happened to be another room. In other words, as long as he chooses this room, he can see Wang Churen at the first glance after waking up every morning. Thinking of this, Hua Chengyu was so excited that he immediately decided on this room. However, the next second, Soo-kyu, who was yawning, walked directly past Hua Chengyu, walked into the room and closed the door smoothly. "Hua Chengyu? No, Soo-kyu, what do you mean? I was the first to like this room." Hua Chengyu suppressed his anger and knocked on the door, gritted his teeth and said, "Oh." Soo-kyu's slightly sleepy voice came. "What does it mean to be interested first? Isn't this thing first come first served? Is it possible that I have to wait for Master Hua to look at all the rooms first and make a decision before letting me choose a room? Isn't this just a joke? I'm going to sleep first." Soo-kyu's voice came again and then there was no movement in the room. Hearing Soo-kyu's words, Hua Chengyu suddenly became very angry. In his opinion, Soo-kyu is just a little fresh meat with no reputation at all. Compared with him, a god in the Huxia music scene, he is just a little ant. But now, this little ant dared to compete with him for the room. It was really too arrogant. But because of the camera, Hua Chengyu did not dare to have an attack. He could only make a mental note and then set his sights on another room on the second floor. However, that other room has already been spotted by Reba. Seeing Reba, who had already entered the room, Hua Chengyu hurriedly went over and said, "Reba, can you give me this room?" Reba turned around and glanced at Hua Chengyu, giving him a look of rejection. "This girl is very angry now because she is not attractive enough. You'd better not mess with me." Hua Chengyu originally wanted to express his love for her, but after seeing Reba's eyes, he shrank in fear. "It's so funny that Master Hua is so scared, ha 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 ha. Good guy, I'm just a good guy." Seeing Master Hua being defeated, I felt inexplicably happy. This Soo-kyu is really brave. He actually robbed the room opposite Wang Churen. 6. I feel like Soo-kyu was too lazy and chose the room on the first floor, so he chose the room on the second floor closest to the door so he could save a few more steps. It's true, Soo-kyu's heart rate has reached around 40 again. This kid should save time and sleep. Let's not talk about sleeping or not. Have you noticed? The program team is very stupid. They have clearly determined the allocation of 5 couples early, but there is only 1 room on the first floor and there are 3 rooms on the second, third, and fourth floors. Doesn't this make it clear that we need to renovate the Liucheng? I'm telling you, the show crew has sinister intentions, but it's better to watch. Let's fight quickly, I want to see rivers of blood. Eh? Sukyu didn't know much about the discussion in the live broadcast room. After entering the room, he lay down on the bed, activated the I am the principal, I can sleep wherever I want skill and fell asleep directly. Sleep point +1 +1 +1 +1 +1. It wasn't until the alarm clock rang at 6 o'clock in the evening that Sukyu slowly opened her eyes. You can get 1 sleep point by sleeping for 1 second. He was a little curious about how long he slept. Check it quickly, sleep point 25,025. Sukyu calculated that she slept for almost 7 hours, so now it's time to test the results. System, I want to draw a lottery. As Sukyu finished speaking, a golden lottery interface appeared in front of her. There are 2 places to use sleeping points, namely lottery and system store. It's just that the items in the system store are too expensive, and even the most common skill requires 1,000,000 sleep points to start. In comparison, this function is more cost-effective when you can draw a lottery with only 5,000 points because it depends on your appearance. I'll sacrifice all the troubles readers have and let me draw something good. After Sukyu prayed like fighting fire with fire, she directly pressed the lottery button. Ding, congratulations to the host for getting 20 yuan. Ding, congratulations to the host for getting strength attribute +1. Ding, congratulations to the host for acquiring the skill, Master Swordsmanship. Ding, congratulations to the host for acquiring the skill, Master Level Salt Spreading. Ding, congratulations to the host for getting the Advanced Lottery Interface. Looking at what Wulian pulled out, the corner of Sukyu's mouth twitched. No, what the hell are these $20? But a little strength attribute seems to be okay. After all, who can resist becoming a hunk? Then comes the master-level knife skills and master-level salt-spreading skills. The skills produced by the system are naturally not simple. But Sukyu was a little confused about what this master-level salt-sprinkling thing was and quickly checked it out. Master-level salting, active skill. After spreading salt, the aroma of food will increase by 100% and the taste will increase by 100%. P.S. As long as the salt is sprinkled enough, the taste will be better. Sukyu, no, this skill, why do you feel a little unserious? Sukyu always felt that something was wrong with this skill, but she couldn't see anything wrong. Simply ignore it and focus on the Advanced Lottery Interface. The Advanced Lottery Interface has more goodies and greater chances, and the required sleep points are naturally increased to 10,000. It's a pity that Sukyu's current sleep points have been exhausted, so he planned to sleep again and save some sleep. But before Sukyu could lie down, a message from the program team was sent. All guests please go to the lobby on the first floor to gather. After all, she was still participating in the show. Sukyu thought about it and packed up before going downstairs. Go sleep in the living room downstairs. As soon as she opened the door, Sukyu felt a gaze directed towards her. Turning around, I saw Reba, who had just come out of the room. At this time, Reba looked at Sukyu with a resentful look and walked over quickly the next second. Reba looked at Sukyu and asked a little unconvinced, am I ugly? Sukyu shook her head, it's not ugly. Then am I ugly? It's not ugly. Then am I not good looking? Sukyu, wait. Is it possible that these 3 questions are the same question? Coming, she's coming, Reba's torture is coming. Laughing to death, I knew Reba wouldn't give up so easily with her character. Sukyu sleeping in front of Reba must have poked a hole in Reba's mind. She was so funny. Such a beautiful woman can still fall asleep next to her. No one else would be convinced. This is a question about the death of a girlfriend. If the answer is not good, Sukyu may die. When the audience in the live broadcast room saw this scene, they all started to gloat. You are very beautiful, Sukyu replied. In terms of appearance, Reba is still impeccable. Hearing Sukyu praise her beauty, Reba's mood improved a lot. Humph, you have some discernment. After feeling proud for a moment, Reba said, then do you have any plans tonight? If you don't have any plans, let's go to the night market. As a colleague and in order to prevent Sukyu, a straight man, from not knowing how to create program effects, Reba took the initiative to invite her. However, Sukyu shook her head. No, I have plans for the evening. Reba, this girl has already taken the initiative to invite you. Do you have any plans that you can't push forward? What are your plans for the evening? Reba asked reluctantly. Sleep, Sukyu replied lightly. Reba, no, wait, you call sleeping arrangements? Reba's heart rate 102 BPM. It's so funny, Reba's heart rate is over 100, ha 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 ha. I'm not sure about Sukyu's answer. I thought he really had some plans, but he ended up sleeping 6. No, Reba even took the initiative to invite me, but Sukyu actually refused in order to sleep. How much does he like to sleep? Reba had calmed down just now, but Sukyu's words made Reba break her defense directly, ha ha ha. False heart rate exceeding 100, heartbeat. Real heart rate exceeding 100, furious? This answer is like a heifer flying on a plane. It's so awesome that it flies into the sky. Sukyu, you know how angry Reba will be. This show is so effective, it made me laugh so much that my mother thought I was going crazy. Reba felt her blood pressure rising. Sleep well, sleep well. Reba glanced at Sukyu with a resentful look, then turned and went downstairs. Sukyu didn't pay much attention and walked towards the stairs after yawning. But as soon as I arrived at the stairs, I saw Master Hua waiting at the stairs. As soon as Hua Chengyu saw Sukyu, his face immediately lost its good expression and he looked at Sukyu angrily. Hua fa. No, Hua, are you constipated? Are you looking so ugly? Sukyu glanced at Hua Chengyu nonchalantly and said, You are constipated, your whole family is constipated. Hua Chengyu was very angry at Sukyu's words, but before he could say anything, Sukyu quickly went downstairs. Only Hua Chengyu and his unfinished sentence, your mother, were left. You scold me. Wang Churen, who had just come out of the room and was about to go downstairs, looked at Hua Chengyu, who was turning around, and said, Your mother. His face suddenly darkened. Seeing Wang Churen suddenly appear, Hua Chengyu suddenly became anxious. Churen, don't get me wrong, I'm not talking about you. Then who are you talking about? Wang Churen asked directly. Hua Chengyu's face froze. There are cameras in this stairwell, so he doesn't dare to swear directly. He just spoke in a low voice, but he didn't expect to be heard by Wang Churen. Thinking of this, Hua Chengyu quickly explained. I just got inspired and wrote a few lyrics. This song is called A Gift for Your Mother. It's a confession song. Let me sing it to you. Hearing this, the audience in the live broadcast room became anxious. Don't sing, Master Hua, please don't sing. Please, I want to live a few more years. No, you haters, can you please stay away? My Huahua's songs are so nice. Huahua sing, just sing Nai Ma's song. Oh no, just sing your mother's song. Can you please stop using Master Haihua? At that time my friend was admitted to the hospital and became a vegetative state. If Master Hua's method had not made my friend stand up while singing and smashed the TV, my friend's wife would have run away from me. Stop singing now, Master Hua. The director of Beishan Mental Hospital asked you to go back and prescribe more medicine. Hey. Next time, teacher, he asked us to go down and gather. Wang Churen shook his head and declined, then walked downstairs. Upon seeing this, Master Hua followed Wang Churen like crazy. When the two arrived at the living room on the first floor, Kai Zukun and other couples had already gathered. Seeing that the 5 young couples had arrived, teacher he announced with a smile, Tonight is the most important night. It is the first time that the 5 young couples came to the love cabin and spent the first time. For such a grand night, a sense of ceremony is naturally indispensable. So, teacher he kept it secret and whetted everyone's appetite before taking out the task card in his hand. Male and female are matched and the work will not be tiring. Invite 5 young couples to make a sumptuous dinner full of ritual. After the words fell, teacher he raised his hand and pointed to the kitchen. The ingredients program team has prepared them, ready to use at any time. Warm reminder, this dinner will be rated. Hua Chengyu was stunned when he heard this and ran to the kitchen. Great, the god in the kitchen can finally show off his strength. Kai Zukun rolled up his sleeves and said to Nai Zio, Cheng Zio, I will cook whatever you want to eat. Wang Yibo said with a straight face to Yushu. Shu Zin, please give me some advice next. Wang Dalu and Kayu's sister had an inexplicable tacit understanding and they both rushed to the kitchen. I saw several other young couples starting to make moves. Reba didn't want to fall behind, so she planned to invite Sukyu to cook together, but when she looked back she almost exploded. My ancestors, why did you fall asleep again? Let's just say, is it possible that this is a romance show instead of a sleeping show? I'm really convinced Sukyu can even fall asleep. It's awesome. Sukyu's sleep quality is really good. I even doubt that he can fall asleep even when he goes to the toilet. Reba is so pitiful. She seems to be angry and crying, but I don't know why when I see Reba like this I want to laugh. Sukyu can't be the reincarnation of a koala. She can sleep all day long. Seeing Sukyu falling asleep again, the audience in the live broadcast room couldn't hold back, but more lazy people laughed at this moment. Reba couldn't laugh anymore. Instead, she wanted to cry. My ancestor, can you stop sleeping? We are here to participate in the love show, not to compete with who can sleep more. Reba was about to cry but had no tears, so she could only reach out and poke Sukyu. Sukyu, don't sleep, get up quickly. Sukyu slowly opened her eyes and yawned. What's wrong? Reba heart rate. 100 BPM. Hearing this, Reba got hard. The fist is hard. What else we need to cook? Reba suddenly wanted to bite Sukyu with her two little tiger teeth. Bite this bad guy awake. Oh. Sukyu yawned and asked, what do you want to cook? Hearing this, Reba felt helpless. The other young couples were all proposed by their boyfriends. Why is it that when it's your turn you ask me what I want to cook? I smoked it myself. Reba took a deep breath and comforted herself in her heart before speaking. If you want a sense of ceremony, naturally you have to make Western food. Hearing this, Sukyu nodded thoughtfully. Okay, Western food is also okay. Call me when it's ready. After saying this, Sukyu moved directly to a comfortable position to continue sleeping. Reba, no wait, what does it mean to call you? Hey, Reba's heart rate. 103 BPM. 6, that is to say, the program team did not use heart rate to calculate the results. If they had used heart rate to calculate the results, the young couple Sukyu and Reba would have directly won the first place. In less than a day, Reba's heart rate has exceeded 103 times, which is absolutely terrible. The moment of heartbeat? No, the moment of crying, ha 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 ha. Every step Sukyu makes is beyond my expectation. Could it be that he is a genius? Hey, it's interesting. This is much better than those romance dramas performed with scripts. I don't know why, but compared to Master Hua, Kun Kun, and God of War, I suddenly like Sukyu more. He understands the effects of the program so well. Reba felt that her aunt would be angry in advance. Sukyu, you have offended me and I am very angry now, but if you offend me, Reba, you have offended a soft persimmon. Reba snorted heavily. If a man is unreliable, I will do it myself. Reba stepped into the kitchen. At this moment, several other young couples in the kitchen were busy, seeing Reba rummaging through the refrigerator for ingredients alone. Master Hua on the side quickly glanced at Sukyu in the living room, his eyes becoming cunning. Sukyu choked him in the stairwell just now, and there was also the bloody feud over the room. Now he finally has a chance to retaliate. Reba, why are you alone? Why doesn't Sukyu come in to help? Master Hua asked in a conversational tone while cutting vegetables. As his voice sounded, Kai Zyukun and Wang Yibo also looked over. Their position was closer to the door, so they naturally saw Sukyu sleeping on the sofa. Suddenly, there was a hint of meaning in their eyes. Is Sukyu still sleeping? It seems that he was indeed busy very late last night. Kai Zyukun spoke in a caring tone, but his words seemed to have a hidden meaning. Busy late? Not necessarily. I think he might be pretending to be asleep because he doesn't know how to cook. Master Hua sneered, glanced at Reba and smiled. Come on, Master Hua has begun to cricket Sukyu. The Shura field is about to open. You care on the surface, but you are angry behind your back. Kunkun is so good at playing. What are you talking about? What is Gonghuo? This is a variety show and couples are in a competitive relationship, okay? And it is a fact that Sukyu sleeps. How can my Hua be considered a cricket Sukyu? That's right, why is my Kunkun called Gonghuo? It's just called Yin-Yang strange energy. Master Hua is not called cricket, it's just called male white lotus. Fight, 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 fight. Hearing what Master Hua and Kai Zyukun said, Reba felt helpless. But there was no way who could have guessed that it was Sukyu who was chosen by him. Fortunately, she didn't have high hopes for Sukyu. This girl is beautiful on her own. Thinking of this, Reba turned a deaf ear to the words of Kai Zyukun and Master Hua, and took out a piece of beef and some tomatoes, cucumbers, etc. regarding the sense of ritual Western food is naturally indispensable. So Reba planned to make a steak and vegetable salad. However, after taking out the whole piece of beef, Reba immediately regretted it. Because this piece of beef has been in the refrigerator for too long, it is really a bit hard. She took the knife and wanted to start, but she changed the position several times, basically cutting off small pieces. It's impossible to cut a complete steak. Seeing this scene, Wang Yibo immediately said in a warm tone, "Reba, if you can't cut it out, Shu Xin and I can go over and help you later." Hearing this, Reba just shook her head and refused. I don't need your help, I can do it too. This girl doesn't need a man's help. Even without Sukiu, I can do it myself. Reba secretly made up her mind that she didn't need her boyfriend's help, she wanted to be beautiful alone. But she soon regretted it because this piece of beef was too difficult to cut. Ah, damn Sukiu, stop sleeping, come and help me. Just when this thought came to Reba's mind, a yawn sounded in her ears. Can't cut it, I'll do it. Sukiu yawned and walked into the kitchen, looked at Reba's chopped beef and spoke calmly. I don't know how long it will take to let Reba cook by herself. It's better to finish it quickly and then go to bed. Am I hallucinating? Reba was stunned for a moment, and when she looked back, Sukiu was standing behind her. Sukiu, you finally woke up. As if seeing reinforcements, Reba quickly handed the kitchen knife to Sukiu. Sukiu is relatively strong and should be able to cut this piece of beef. However, considering that this piece of beef had been frozen for too long, she still warned, this beef may not be so easy to cut, be careful not to hurt it. Reba originally wanted to tell Sukiu to be careful when using the knife. As a result, Sukiu, who took the knife, had already cut it in one stroke. At this time, the piece of beef was as hard as iron in Reba's eyes. Like tofu, Sukiu cut it off easily. Reba's eyes widened instantly. No. Is this still the piece of beef I just cut? Aren't you tough? But keep on being tough. Why is it like tofu in Sukiu's hands? Reba doubted her eyes. There was also some doubt about the beef in front of me. She suspected that this piece of beef was playing on her. Why was this piece of beef so hard when she cut it? But when Sukiu cut the knife, it was like cutting tofu. This is not in line with common sense. The most outrageous thing is that every time Sukiu cuts the steak, the thickness of the steak is almost exactly the same, just like copy and paste. Sukiu, how did you do it? Isn't this beef tough? Reba really couldn't figure it out and couldn't help but ask. It's been freezing for a while. Sukiu yawned and continued, but it's not a big problem. As long as you can find the texture between the beef and cut it, it's very simple. With the blessing of a master swordsman, Sukiu has reached the state where man and sword become one. As soon as the ingredients pass through his hands, he immediately knows the best way to cut them. Let alone a piece of beef, even if a frozen cow is placed in front of him, he can quickly dismantle the cow with an ordinary kitchen knife. Texture. Reba was stunned. She knew that meat should be cut according to its texture, but is it that simple? Is it too simple? I understand, give me the knife and I'll try it. Reba quickly took the knife from Sukiu's hand and cut into the beef. Very good, but still can't cut it. The brain has learned but the hands have not. Reba handed the kitchen knife back to Sukiu's hand. I'm going to heat up the oil. Reba, I know how to do it but I can't do it anymore. Say goodbye? No, is this piece of beef so difficult to cut? Why can't Reba cut it according to the texture? Yeah, I'm also a little curious. Sukiu cuts it piece by piece just like cutting tofu. Why can't Reba cut it out? Don't you understand this? Cutting meat requires knife skills. It may seem ordinary, but it takes at least a few years of effort behind it. Really or not, Sukiu is so good at cutting beef. I understand. Sukiu worked in the kitchen before. The kitchen guy said that after 5 years of working, it has never been so smooth. Sukiu has been doing this for at least 10 years. I don't believe it. Is Sukiu really that good at cutting? I think he just got lucky and succeeded in cutting. I can do it unless... Wait a minute, what the hell, cutting vegetables with your eyes closed? Just when the anti-fans in the live broadcast room were about to ridicule. Sukiu has already picked up tomatoes, cucumbers and other vegetables and started cutting them. What shocked the audience in the live broadcast room was, this kid Sukiu actually closed his eyes and cut vegetables while sleeping. This shocked their worldview. The speed of Sukiu's hand did not slow down. The kitchen knife cut the vegetables accurately, and every time it was less than half a centimeter away from Sukyu's fingers. Reba, who had finished heating the oil, just turned around to get the beef and was almost frightened when she saw this scene. Not Sukyu, you can even fall asleep while cutting vegetables. Don't you want your hand anymore? Reba wanted to stop Sukyu, but she was afraid that she would startle Sukyu by doing something. It would be troublesome if she really succeeded, so she could only look at Sukyu fearfully. It wasn't until Sukyu finished cutting the vegetables that Reba quickly became concerned. Sukyu, are your hands okay? Sukyu yawned and looked at her palms. It's okay. Reba breathed a sigh of relief and said with lingering fear, do you know how dangerous you were just now? You fell asleep while chopping vegetables. Sukyu yawned without paying much attention. With a master's knife skills, it would be impossible for him to cut it. As for falling asleep, that was the new trick he discovered to get stuck. Wake up for 1 second to activate master knife skills, then sleep for 10 seconds. This ensures that the master-level knife skills will not stop and you can reach your sleep point at the same time. It is simply killing 2 birds with 1 stone. If you're really sleepy, why don't you go take a nap? Reba looked at Sukyu, who was yawning and felt a little worried. She was afraid that Sukyu would fall asleep while frying the steak, and if something went wrong, she would be in trouble. That's not necessary. Sukyu yawned and shook her head. The main reason is that he doesn't quite believe in Reba's cooking skills. After all, female celebrities like Reba should be quite pampered. Wait a minute and don't fry him a few pieces of charred steak. Sukyu, I feel like you are doubting me. After noticing Sukyu's gaze, Reba stared at Sukyu with some suspicion. Don't look down on me, I'm pretty good at cooking Western food. Reba rolled up her sleeves. Don't believe me, you can try 2 steaks while I fry them. After she finished speaking, Reba picked up a piece of steak, put it in the hot butter and then started frying it properly. Hey, how about it? I can still fry the steak. Reba wiped her nose and put her hands on her hips proudly. Sukyu yawned. Okay, you do it first and I'll go take a nap. With that said, Sukyu was about to turn around and leave. But the next second, Reba's words made Sukyu instantly excited. By the way, Sukyu, I have a little question. When should I add the soy sauce and red wine? Sukyu, wait, you fry the steak in soy sauce and red wine. Sukyu felt a little confused for a moment. Soy sauce and red wine, is this a fried steak or a poached steak? Although Sukyu doesn't often eat Western food, she still knows a little about how to cook steak. He knew very well that Reba's operation was obviously a method of boiling beef. Forget it, I'll do it. In order to have a normal dinner, Sukyu still took over the chef's seat. In terms of normal frying, the steak must be cooked over high heat for the first time. This can dehydrate and harden the layer of meat on the surface of the beef, causing the Maillard reaction. When the color of the steak turns dark brown and the aroma of frying comes out, turn it over and fry the other side until it is dark brown. This brings out the flavor of the steak. After the outside is cooked, the next step is the inside. We need to continue frying over low heat, turning it over once a minute or so to let the heat slowly enter the inside of the beef. While Sukyu was explaining to Reba, her hands didn't stop while she turned over the noodles. After frying the beef until this point, it's basically done. After all, the procedures for Western food are just like this, so it's not that difficult, but it is said to be simple, but it is not simple at all. After all, seasoning is the top priority. Usually, in order to maintain the original taste of steak in Western food, there is not too much seasoning, basically only salt. But it is not an easy task to control the salt level. Of course, this is not a difficult task for Sukyu. After all, he has master-level salt-spreading skills. Sukyu activated the skill directly. Driven by his skills, he subconsciously grabbed the salt and moved his hand slightly closer to his body. Then with her enchanting figure, just sprinkle it slightly and sprinkle the salt on the steak accurately. I was still seriously learning the skill of frying steak, but Sukyu just threw salt on it and I couldn't do it anymore. Good guy, I'll just be a good guy and sprinkle some salt on this. It's too annoying. Sukyu's posture is too enchanting. Is it possible that she has to do this when frying steak? Okay, Sukyu, you know how to spread salt. In addition, Sukyu's butt is a bit cocky. Reba, who was studying at the side, couldn't help but swallow her saliva when she saw this enchanting figure. Then, she said weakly, Sukyu, let's just say, would it taste better if you sprinkle it with salt like this? Sukyu looked back at Reba and paused. To be honest, he subconsciously followed the guidance of the skill and did not expect it to be so coquettish. It may not taste better, but it must be more expensive. Sukyu spoke after a moment of silence. Hearing this, Reba nodded thoughtfully and then turned her attention to the steak. It has to be said that as soon as Sukyu sprinkled the salt, the aroma of the steak immediately came on. She quickly struck while the iron was hot and asked Sukyu to cook the remaining steak and vegetable salad at once. It's weird, why does it feel like it's not as fragrant as before? Is it possible that the taste of salt will really change if you change your position? Reba followed Sukyu's example and fried a piece of steak, but it just didn't feel right with the salt. Is it possible that we really need to imitate Sukyu and sprinkle salt to taste better? But that posture is a bit embarrassing. As a lady, Reba really couldn't do it if she was asked to spread salt in such an enchanting posture. But you can just learn a little bit. Thinking of this, Reba grabbed a handful of salt and sprinkled it on the steak. Sukyu next to her saw this scene and said, "What are you doing?" "Sprinkle salt," Reba said. Sukyu glanced at the handful of salt Reba threw in. "Is this salting?" "This is marinating the beef. Fortunately, this is just a small episode." With the cooperation of Sukyu and Reba, steak and vegetable salad were brought to the table. Reba couldn't wait to bring 2 glasses and a bottle of red wine and volunteered, "Hey, I know how to sober up, I'll do it." At the same time, several other young couples are basically finished. And like Suki Reba, they also serve Western-style steaks. After all, in terms of sense of ritual, there is nothing better than Western food. Of course, the main thing is simplicity. If you want to cook Huxia food, you may not be able to finish the work in half an hour. Chopping vegetables and sprinkling salt are all very fancy, but what's the use? In the end, it's the taste that matters. Master Hua brought the steak to the table and looked at Sukyu disdainfully. Kai Zukun acted like a gentleman and pulled out the chair for Nizio to sit down. He smiled and said, "This is called the sense of ceremony." Wang Yibo took a sip of red wine and said, "Lafite 82, not bad." Seeing the 3 people talking to each other, Reba couldn't help complaining. Is it a garbage bag? It can be packed so well. In comparison, Reba felt that Sukyu was quite good. In addition to enjoying sleeping, there are still many advantages. At least in terms of cooking, she likes it very much. Reba took the knife and fork and couldn't help but cut a piece and put it in her mouth. For a moment, her eyes lit up. "Oh, Tilde, it's so delicious. I didn't expect it would taste so good with just a little salt." "Sukyu, you're so awesome." Reba couldn't help but give Sukyu a thumbs up. Hearing Reba's compliment, Hua Chengyu felt very uncomfortable. He didn't believe it. Sukyu could surpass him with his craftsmanship. Impossible, absolutely impossible. He is not only a god in the Huxia music world but also a god in the Western food world. So Hua Chengyu looked directly at Wang Churen and asked, "Churen, does this steak taste good?" Wang Churen cut a piece of steak and put it in his mouth. The next second her eyes suddenly trembled. "How's it going? Does it taste good?" Master Hua looked at Wang Churen with a smile. The meaning in his eyes was very obvious. Praise me quickly." Wang Churen was silent for a moment and then said, "This steak is a bit undercooked." Wang Churen is not very good at frying steak. She can only cook white porridge, but she can still tell the difference between raw and cooked. This steak was not only raw, it could be said to be completely undercooked. "The steak is eaten plain, so I only cook it medium rare. Medium rare can perfectly bring out the flavor of the beef." Master Hua looked at Wang Churen very seriously and started explaining to her. Hearing this, Wang Churen's face flashed with a hint of speechlessness. "But the beef you cut is too thick. If it is medium rare, the inside will not be cooked at all." As soon as she finished speaking, she cut the steak into pieces. The slightly red scarlet inside was like a slap on Master Hua's face. "You can't cook something as simple as steak undercooked. It's really you, Master Hua." It made me laugh so hard. Master Hua wanted to pretend to be medium rare, but his knife skills were not good enough and he cut it too thick, ha ha ha. Master Hua didn't have the personality of a chef before, but now he's been slapped in the face. Not only are they cut too thick, but the steaks are all different. These beefs have been frozen. It's weird if they are medium rare. Master Hua not only doesn't know how to cook, he also has a little brain. It's a small problem. What are you talking about? Zio Heizi, get out of here. How dare you say that to my Hua? When no one makes a mistake, it's all Wang Churen's fault. He has no emotional intelligence at all. Why don't you talk about things in private if you are not familiar with them? Hey, I have a bad temper. My Wang Churen is so sincere. Master Hua's skills are obviously not good. What does it have to do with my Wang Churen? Are you sick? Suddenly, the two waves of fans in the live broadcast room were fighting together again. Churen, we have a lot of stakes here. Why don't you try Sukiu's cooking? Seeing the awkward atmosphere on the dining table, Reba quickly spoke. Mainly because the beef she just took out was a bit big and cut too much. In addition, there was a vegetable salad and she and Sukiu couldn't finish it. I'll give it a try. Wang Churen nodded and took the steak without any hesitation. After cutting a piece and putting it into his mouth, Wang Churen's eyes suddenly trembled. It's delicious, Wang Churen couldn't help but say. This steak is as good as the steak made by Hua Chengyu. Hua Chengyu added a lot of fancy condiments, but what he ended up with was a half-cooked steak. But Sukiu just added some salt and the steak was so delicious. This is called the original flavor of beef. Hee, not bad. Hearing Wang Churen's praise, Reba felt a little proud for some reason. Yes, Sukiu made such delicious steak. The boyfriend I picked did it. Is it really that delicious? Let me try it too. At this time, the greedy Keiyu sister who had attracted attention could not help but speak. Reba generously pushed a piece of steak onto Sister Keiyu's plate. Tilde, it's delicious, it's delicious. Sister Keiyu cut the knife and put it into her mouth. Her eyes suddenly lit up. She has eaten a lot of steaks, but like Sukiu, she can fully bring out the flavor of beef with just a little salt. She had only eaten once or twice, and Sukiu is one of them this time. Sukiu, how did you do this? Can you teach me some techniques? Sister Keiyu quickly cast a questioning look at Sukiu. Sukiu slowly raised her head, yawned and said, after frying, add salt, it's gone. Now he just wants to finish eating and go back to sleep quickly. As for becoming a teacher, he has no interest at all, Keiyu's sister. However, Yang Keiyu did not pursue the question. After all, even if you teach her step by step, she may not be able to learn it. Forget it, let's eat delicious food first. The greedy Keiyu sister hurriedly started eating as if she was afraid of being robbed. Seeing this, Nai Zio and Yu Shuxin were also attracted. Is it really that delicious? Nai Zio looked at the passable steak on her plate and suddenly felt that it didn't taste good anymore. Reba, can you give me a taste too? Nai Zio boldly asked. Yu Shu sighed and said, I want it too. He, of course, no problem. Reba generously handed the remaining steak to Yu Shuxin and Nai Zio. Is this really just salted? Yu Shuxin took a sip with a look of disbelief on his face. It tastes much better than expected, Sukiu, you are so awesome. Nai Zio put the steak into her mouth and couldn't help but praise it. It has to be said that the master salt spreader has a very precise grasp of the effect of salt. Just a little salt can enhance the taste to the extreme. It's just a steak, no matter how delicious it is, how delicious can it be? Seeing Naxel praising Sukiu, Kai Zukun muttered unconvincedly. In addition to Kai Zukun, Hua Chengyu also looked at Sukiu with dissatisfaction. When I saw Wang Churen eating steak happily, Master Hua's fists under the table were clenched tightly. Why could Sukiu's steak be better than his medium-rare steak? He was very confident that his medium-rare steak was the most delicious and would definitely surpass Sukiu's. This guy Sukiu must have used some kind of magic. Thinking of this, Hua Chengyu stared at Sukiu fiercely, and at the same time, suddenly everything in the live broadcast room came to a special room. The audience who were watching the fun were confused and shouted that the Shura field was coming next and they had to go back. But the next second, Teacher He's figure appeared on the screen. Appearing at the same time as Teacher He, there were 5 figures. The moment they saw these 5 figures, the audience in the live broadcast room widened their eyes. Holy shit, is this Yiningjin? Good guy, the program team invited Yiningjin here. Yiningjin, Zhu Zhengyan, Deng Ziki, Yaya and Zhang Dada, my god, are these new guests. They are also love observers, such a big deal. I've heard before that Yi Ningqin and Zhu Zhengyan are going to be in a romantic drama, but I didn't expect it to be this one. The two of them are going to join forces again. Deng Ziki, I am your long-lost brother, Chair Chi, Yining Jin, Deng Ziki, and eldest sister Yaya. There are so many beauties, but Zhang Dada is a bit unlucky. No, what's the point of Zhang Dada? Why did the program team invite this thing over? How can a love variety show not include our love observers? Next, let us warmly welcome the senior love mentor Yi Nangjin, the handsome young man Zhu Zhengyan, the youngest diva-level singer, Deng Ziki, the gentle sister next door Yaya. There is also Zhang Dada, who is most loved by netizens. Starting today, these 5 love observers will officially join our show, Our Blind Box Love. As Teacher He's words fell, Yi Nankian and others also introduced themselves one after another. After the introduction, Teacher He started talking and asked with a smile, "The 5 observers have been observing secretly for a while. I wonder how these young couples behave at first." As a senior relationship coach, Yi Nangjin was the first to speak and analyzed, "I have been observing several young couples while they were cooking. I have to say that the atmosphere among these 5 young couples is very good. Logically speaking, this is the first time for them to participate in a love drama, and the couples matching this time are randomly selected, so they should be a little timid. But there is no big difference between the 5 young couples. Basically, they are actively cooperating with each other. It can be said to be a very good start." Zhu Zhengyan nodded and said with a slight smile, "I have participated in many love dramas before, but in general, the young couples like Huahua have the best start performance I have ever seen." "It's not bad so far," the little goldfish Deng Ziki nodded. The eldest sister Yaya narrowed her eyes. The performance of the 5 young couples was very good, and it is worth mentioning that Su Qiu's knife skills are very good. After seeing Su Qiu's ability to cut vegetables with ease with her eyes closed, she was greatly shocked. "Good knife skills, then I might as well become a chef." Zhang Dada spoke directly at this time. "Damn, why is this Dada's mouth still so smelly? You're not sick, are you? Yaya just complimented you on your knife skills, did you offend me? Zhang Dada is so damn disgusting. Even if he is scolded, black and red are also red, right? Crazy." Compared with Zhang Dada, I suddenly feel that Su Qiu has become more beautiful. No, Su Qiu is already handsome, otherwise how could he be called a fresh meat? There is just a little too much black stuff, but this Dada not only has a lot of black stuff but is also ugly. Why should he be compared with Su Qiu? Ah. Zhang Dada's technique of attracting hatred is as powerful as ever. Which couple are you more optimistic about among the love observers? Teacher He asked again with a smile. Yining thought about it for a while. How should I put it? If you really have to choose, Su Qiu and Reba seem to be a good pair. Zhu Zhengyan nodded and said, "I still remember the scene of Su Qiu with 3 suitcases. Apart from her love of sleeping, she basically has no shortcomings." Deng Ziki said, "Sister Ku and Wang Dalu are a very good pairing. I think the pairing of Su Qiu and Reba is pretty good. The atmosphere they get along with seems relatively relaxed." The eldest sister Yaya analyzed with sharp eyes. In her opinion, Hua Chengyu and Kai Zukun were both a little bit licked. As for Wang Yibo, he kept a straight face and didn't look like he was here to fall in love. As for Wang Dalu, well, that mouth of his is too funny. So Yaya decisively chose the pair of Su Qiu and Reba. "I think you are wrong. According to me, the young couple Huahua and Wang Churen are the best performers." Zhang Dada crossed his arms and directly intervened to dismiss the opinions of several other love observers. "Good guy, this Dada has such a big face it directly overrules the opinions of other love observers. What the hell, I don't have any objections to the other young couples, but what's so good about Master Hua and Bai Xiumei? Beiju girl's appearance is not bad, but her face is as dark as day and Master Hua is a bit licky. To be honest, I don't think these two are a couple. Although it is the first day, everyone's sense of couple is not obvious yet, but in comparison, the 3 couples Suki Reba, Yu Shuxin, Wang Yibo, and Ku's younger sister Wang Dalu have a bit of a CP feeling. Master Hua, go to the bottom. Even Kun Kun and Nai Zio are better than Master Hua. That's right, I would rather watch Kun Kun and Nai Zio than Master Hua and Bai Xiumei. At least Kun Kun is still alive. What does Master Hua have? Song. I suspect that Zhang Dada received black money from Master Hua." Regarding Zhang Dada's opinion, the audience in the live broadcast room immediately refuted. Zhang Dada naturally didn't see it and was still talking about his own opinions. Hua is a god in the Huxia music scene. He has at least dozens of halos on his head. As for the fairy cousin Wang Churen, this nickname can show her fresh and refined temperament and excellent acting skills. Wang Churen can be called the spokesperson of beauty and talent. It can be said that Wang Churen and Hua join forces and are the best match in all aspects. As for the performance, Wang Churen's uprightness and Hua's doting form a sharp contrast. Only such couples can go longer and further. Having said this, Zhang Dada narrowed his eyes, raised his fingers that were shaped into orchids and said, "So I think the performance of the young couple Wang Churen and Hua is the best so far." After listening to Zhang Dada's many opinions, the four love observers Yi Nengjin, Zhu Zhengyan, Deng Ziqi and Yaya couldn't help but be stunned. "Wait, did you say that much? We don't quite understand it, right? Moreover, you don't seem to have hit the point. It started with a lot of praise. What kind of god in the Huxia music scene? What kind of fairy cousin? Does this have anything to do with their romance?" They also saw Wang Churen's uprightness. To be precise, he had no emotional intelligence. But where does Hua's pampering show itself? When Wang Churen said the steak was undercooked, he couldn't find a reason to refute. "You call this pampering, right? 666 I will obey." Zhang Dada's mouth. A nuclear bomb can vaporize Zhang Dada, but it can't evaporate his mouth. It's really tough. "You can brag about this, right? How much did Zhang Dada charge Master Hua? Take me with you, I also want to make some money." Kunkun has been practicing for at least 2.5 years and Naxiao is at least fair and big, but Master Hua and Bai Xiaomei, I really can't think of their advantages. With all due respect, when compared with Hua Master Bai Xiaomei, I suddenly found that Su Qiu and Reba are much better as a couple. Teacher, he listened quietly to Zhang Dada's point of view. "I don't understand, I really don't understand." However, out of professional instinct, he still showed a smile and said, "It seems that Zhang Dada has a very high opinion of the young couple Hua and Wang Churen. In this case, if you want to give a score to this young couple, Zhang Dada will give it. What score is it?" "Of course it's 100%, Zhang Dada said without any hesitation. Teacher, he turned to look at the other love observers. "What are the opinions of the teachers?" Yi Neng thought about it for a moment and gave it a decent score, about 70. Zhu Zhengyan made a little joke and said, 67, the remaining 3 points are in the stake. Deng Ziqi glanced at Master Hua on the big screen and said, about 70. Yaya also gave the same score. 70. Teacher, he added up the scores given by the 5 love observers, divided them by 5, and then announced. With an overall score of 75.4, it seems that the young couple Hua and Churen are expected to achieve an excellent ranking in their first dinner performance. Then, let's ask some love observers to rate the remaining 4 young couples. Everyone in the audience can look forward to it. Guess which young couple will get the best performance ranking for this first dinner. As teacher he finished speaking, the 5 love observers rated the remaining 4 young couples one after another. Cheng Xiao and Kai Zukun, the overall score is 76.5. Yu Shuxin and Wang Yibo, the overall score is 77.3. Ku Sister and Wang Dalu, the overall score is 75.8. In order, the 5 love observers focused their attention on the young couple Su Qiu and Reba. Yi Nenquin said with a smile, "I was originally going to give 70 points, but moving luggage will add 10 points and knife skills will add 10 points, so I will give 90 points." Zhu Zhengyan looked at Yi Nengjin. "What a coincidence, Teacher Nengjin and I have the same idea. Especially when Su Qiu cuts vegetables with his eyes closed, I have to give him 5 points for his courage, so I give it 95. Deng Ziqi crossed his hands and supported his chin, thinking a little. The scores from the 2 teachers seem to be given to Su Qiu. In fact, I think Reba's performance is not bad. Her willingness to share, I want to give. She scored 5 points, so it's 85. I am very optimistic about Su Qiu and Reba, not only for their characters but also for their CP, so I give them 100 points. The eldest sister Yaya spoke directly without any hesitation. After hearing the words of several love observers, Zhang Dada's expression suddenly changed. The score you gave me for being able to approach the teacher is a bit too biased, isn't it? Isn't this rating based on the performance of the young couple? It doesn't seem fair if Sukyu can be given more points just for cutting vegetables and carrying suitcases. Zhang Dada raised his hand and raised a question as if a student was answering a question. After hearing this, the audience in the live broadcast room said they were disgusted. You really gave Master Hua 100 points, so you have the nerve to accuse others of being partial, right? This Dada's face is so disgusting. He can only be partial and no one else can be partial, right? Crazy, what do you mean by the behavior of young lovers? Isn't it possible that Sukyu is not one of the young lovers? That's right, Teacher Nengquin and the others have just met Sukyu and the others, so they must be giving points based on the first impression. Is it possible that they are like you, the streetwalker, who charges money to give Master Hua full marks? I'm so angry. Tell me where Zhang Dada's home is. I'll take the shovel and go to his ancestral grave. Good guy, I'm just a good guy. The show team invited Zhang Dada here just to disgust people, right? Black and red are also red, right? Anyway, I like Sukyu quite a lot. I just like to watch him work and sleep. He deserves full marks. What's wrong? Faced with the question raised by Zhang Dada. The well-informed teacher, he immediately smiled to relieve the embarrassment and said, when it comes to love, in addition to the relationship between the young couple, their own personalities and various aspects of their behavior towards the outside world are also top priorities. It can be said that Sukyu's performance is more outstanding in helping to carry luggage. It is reasonable to add a few points to the initial impression of being able to get close to the teachers. Speaking of this teacher, he looked at Zhang Dada. So Dada, what's your first impression of the young couple Sukyu and Reba, and what's your score this time? Zhang Dada originally wanted to hold on to the above issues. But after being explained by teacher he suddenly had no excuse. Facing the topic raised by teacher Zhang Dada could only frown and said, this Sukyu is just average, not as good as Hua. I'll give it 50. The 50 points were all for Reba's sake, otherwise he really didn't want to give any points. The overall score is 84. I didn't expect that Sukyu and Reba would become dark horses in this first impression score. Let us congratulate the young couple Sukyu and Reba for winning their first championship on the first day. Teacher, he announced the results with excitement. Good guy, with a comprehensive score of 84, the young couple Sukyu and Reba are way ahead. The scores of the other young couples have not exceeded 80. It seems that the young couple Sukyu and Reba are really the dark horses of this show. It's nonsense. My Hua is the strongest dark horse in this romance show. Hua can't get the first place because this show has a shady story. I demand a rematch. I demand a rematch. Is it a Chuenzi or a true fan upstairs? Are true fans crawling around? What's so good about Master Hua? He's cute and likes concave characters. In comparison, Sukyu is quite real, that's why it's so interesting. Although Sukyu has spent too much time sleeping from the beginning to now, I can be sure that this kid is quite capable, and he is not as CS as the ones on the internet before. As long as he performs better next time, he will definitely crush Master Hua. Are you kidding me? My Hua is a god in the Huxia music scene. Why should Sukyu crush my Hua? My Hua can suppress Sukyu for the rest of his life with just one song. The audience in the live broadcast room talked a lot, but soon they became noisy again. At this time, some people began to talk to Sukyu and there was a faint momentum of true fans. That's when the love observers are giving their scores on the dining table here in the love house. Are you full? Sukyu looked at Reba's empty plate and asked. Reba wiped her mouth and said with a smile, I'm full, it doesn't matter, I'll just wash the dishes later. Hearing this, Sukyu yawned. Then you can wash my dishes later. Reba, good, I thought you asked me if I was full because you were going to help me wash the dishes. As a result, you kid, it turns out you were planning on letting me wash it for you, right? Reba's heart rate 95 BPM. Sukyu, what are you talking about? Before Reba could speak, Master Hua, who saw this scene, immediately said, how can a lady do such a rough job as washing dishes? Hearing this White Lotus-like tone, the audience in the live broadcast room immediately started to curse. Sukyu and Reba are considered a young couple now. It's normal for young couples to have some differences of opinion. In the end, it was good for you. You directly said to Sukyu and Reba, how can I let a lady do it? This is just like a couple quarreling and you end up running to his girlfriend and saying, This is not your fault. If it were me, I would definitely apologize to you first. He directly put the boyfriend opposite him on the fire with this white lotus-like tone. It can be said to have sinister intentions. Sukyu raised her eyebrows slightly and glanced at Master Hua. What are you talking about? Doesn't this make yin and yang clear? How can I bear with the flowers of my motherland that I would not even go to for a regular footbath? I can bear it, but neither can technician number 86. So Sukyu said directly, you mean ladies can't wash dishes? Are you looking down on women? After the words fell, the audience who had just been complaining about Sukyu were stunned for a moment. After a while, the barrage was filled with ha 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 messages. Ha 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 6. I was very angry at first, but Sukyu's punch relieved me immediately. Good guy, I'm just a good guy. Sukyu can also box, right? Sukyu, can you withstand my move to the ZZZQ female circle? Wonderful, I originally thought Sukyu would explain, but instead he just punched. Awesome. I'm not used to it at all, just fine, I respect you, Sukyu. Master Hua is kicking the iron, it's so funny. Who are you messing with? Why are you messing with Sukyu? His girlfriend can't beat you to death. He still has fists in his hands later. Hua Chengyu was stupid, completely stupid. He originally thought that Sukyu would explain a few words for the sake of his seniors in the entertainment industry. At that time, he can follow the topic and offer some kind words. As a result, he never expected that Sukyu would not give him any face. This punch was thrown directly over. If he doesn't respond well, his reputation will be ruined. First of all, I respect women very much. For example, I have never said a bad word about women. Master Hua thought for a moment and quickly gave the best answer. However, the next second, Sukyu yawned and said, if a person says that he has never said anything dirty about women, then he must be familiar with all the dirty words about women so he can avoid it. That is to say, you. Dirty women. Master Hua, Reba, and other female guests, everyone was shocked by Sukyu's words. The audience in the live broadcast room was even more happy. Wait a minute, Auntie Deng, I understand Master Hua is dirty with women. Jai, my fellows, Master Hua actually dares to taint us. Can we tolerate this? We can't tolerate it. Let's go and file a complaint against him together. It made me laugh so hard. Master Hua thought he had a good answer, but he didn't expect Sukyu to have combo boxing, hahaha. I now suspect that Sukyu surfs the internet all day long and also likes to browse the 3-character software. This boxing technique is really awesome. Jujutsu, I really didn't expect that boxing can be used like this. Learn it, I will learn it now, there is no end to learning. Master Hua does not abuse women, not equal to Master Hua respects women, the inequality is gone. Just because Sukyu makes Master Hua so disgusting, I will immediately become a fan of him this time. I have never found Sukyu to be so naughty before. From now on, I will be Sukyu's true fan. I will support Sukyu and F***K Master Hua. I don't have any dirty women here. I don't. Master Hua was dumbfounded and was knocked dizzy by Sukyu's combination of punches. But at this moment, Kai Zyukun, who was watching the show on the side, said, Sukyu, what you said is too much. Hua's intention is actually good. Kai Zyukun quickly changed the topic. As men, we should behave like gentlemen, right? Isn't it just a matter of washing a few more dishes? Isn't that a big problem? In the time it took to talk, I might have handed over the bowls. Finished. After hearing Kai Zyukun's words, Master Hua immediately came to his senses and nodded as if he had found his backbone. You're right, we have to behave like gentlemen. It's just a few bowls, it's not a big problem. At this point, Hua Chengyu did not forget to speak in a white lotus-like tone. If Reba asks me to help wash the dishes, I will definitely accept it. Really? Sukyu raised her head slightly. Of course it's true, a manly man says it all. Hua Chengyu spoke directly without thinking. He felt that he was so handsome when he said these words at this moment. The masculinity is clearly visible. Hearing this, Sukyu immediately became happy and looked at Reba with a hint of teasing in her eyes. But before Sukyu could speak, Reba noticed Sukyu's eyes and didn't know where the tacit understanding came from. She said directly, in that case, thank you Hua. As Reba said this, she pushed the plate, knife and fork directly in front of Hua Chengyu. Only then did Hua Chengyu react. He seemed to have spoken too early. Fortunately, there are not many things, so just wash them. At least her position in Reba's heart has definitely improved. This will facilitate subsequent development. However, just as Hua Chengyu was thinking about it, Reba suddenly stood up. Then, Reba cleared the tableware in front of Su Qiu and pushed it in front of Hua Chengyu. Hua Chengyu, thank you Hua. Reba smiled slightly. Let your kid have a concave character, right? This girl hates people like you who are playing tricks. Compared with Hua Chengyu, Reba suddenly felt that Su Qiu was simply too good. Besides loving to sleep, strong, willing to help others, good with knives and good at cooking. Not even flattery, what a perfect example of a good man. It is true that I found a treasure in the blind box this time. I have seen the confusion on Master Hua's face. Master Hua is really confused now. Damn, I'm laughing to death. Is this really a romance show? Are you sure it's not a comedy show? Master Hua is really good at playing the clown. Master Hua, are you interested in being a spokesperson for the Golden Arches? Otherwise, go and star opposite Batman. Gotham can't live without you. Master Hua must have felt that he was very gentlemanly and extremely handsome, but in the end he found out that he was just a part of Su Qiu and Reba's play, ha 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 ha. Su Qiu's look made Reba understand immediately. Good guy, if anyone says that Su Qiu and Reba don't have a tacit understanding, I will refuse to accept it on the spot. When Reba pushed Su Qiu's tableware in front of Master Hua, I seemed to hear a breaking sound. Guess what broke, hee hee. The audience in the live broadcast room couldn't stand it when they saw this scene. I originally thought that Su Qiu's combination of punches was powerful enough, but Reba's operation is truly a killer move, completely turning Hua Chengyu into a circus clown. This. Hua Chengyu was already confused, but now he was treated like this by Reba. His entire mentality almost collapsed. Why is it different from the plot he imagined? Shouldn't it be that his status in Reba's heart has increased, and after Reba refused, she went to wash the dishes by herself? Why now? The cutlery was pushed into his hands, and even Su Qiu's tableware was pushed over. Hua Chengyu wanted to refuse. Asking him to wash Su Qiu's tableware would be more uncomfortable than stuffing him into the toilet. But he has already let out his words if he regrets it now. Then his gentlemanly demeanor would be gone. In the end, Hua Chengyu could only swallow the pain by himself. Thank you Hua, please help me wash it too. At this time, Sister K, you suddenly smiled and looked at Hua Chengyu. If you wash Reba but not other female guests, you will get poked in the spine. Hua Chengyu could only nodded helplessly and agreed. Of course, he did not forget to squeeze out a smile. If you help one, you are helping. If you help two, you are also helping, no problem. It's also helpful to help three people, thank you Hua. Before Hua Chengyu could stabilize his character, Yu Shuxin's voice rang out. At the same time, there were a few more tableware in front of Hua Chengyu. Hua Chengyu, thank you Hua. Helping three people is a help, so why not help four people? Nai Zio also placed the tableware in front of Hua Chengyu. Looking at the dozen or so extra tableware in front of him, Hua Chengyu agreed with difficulty, while looking at Wang Churen for help. We are lovers, so we will wash together, we will wash all these dishes together, right? Hua Chengyu thought so in his heart. Sensing Hua Chengyu's gaze, Wang Churen nodded immediately. Got it, she got it. I understand what Master Hua means, thank you Hua. Wang Churen gently pushed the tableware he had finished eating. At this moment, Hua Chengyu fell silent, completely silenced. He glanced at Su Qiu and then gave Kai Zukun a sharp look. It's you who tricked me, your gentlemanly words will make me wash a dozen more dishes. No, not only that, but also the pots in the kitchen, which are the most difficult to wash. When Kai Zukun saw this, he could only give him a come-on look. Seeing this scene, Hua Chengyu was so angry that he wanted to scold his mother. Come on, I'll add you to Ma Meipai. The eye interaction between the two was also seen by the audience in the live broadcast room. Everyone immediately laughed like crazy. Pretend, continue to concave character. Are you okay now? Are you a gentleman enough? Okay, go wash the dishes. Hua Chengyu was almost frustrated, but he could only eat Copti's chinensis as a mute. He packed up all the finished tableware and put it into the kitchen sink. Flowered. Behind him, Wang Yibo's voice suddenly sounded. Hua Chengyu was overjoyed when he heard it. He knew that he still had true brothers. No, Wang Yibo came in to help him wash the dishes. Hua Chengyu turned back to look at Wang Yibo, his eyes full of excitement, but he still kept his persona low and said, "It doesn't matter, it's just a dozen bowls, it's easy. I'm fine by myself. That puts me at ease." Wang Yibo nodded with a straight face and then put the tableware he had packed into the sink. "Then you can wash it for me," Wang Yibo said. Hua Chengyu, I thought Wang Yibo was a good brother and a friend in need was a friend who came in to help him wash the dishes. As a result, he came in and asked him to wash the dishes together. "No, what do you think of me, the god of the Huxia music scene, as a dishwasher? Where's Hua Hua?" Hua Chengyu was about to get angry when Teacher He's voice came from the living room. Hua Chengyu was overjoyed when he heard Teacher He calling him. "Call yourself, something good must have happened." So Hua Chengyu stopped washing the dishes and hurriedly ran to the living room. "Hua Yibo, you came just in time, so all 5 young couples are here." Teacher He determined the number of 5 young couples. When Sister Keiyu saw this, her little eyes were full of curiosity. "Teacher He, is there any big event?" Teacher He smiled mysteriously. "Remember what I mentioned before. This dinner will be rated." After hearing Teacher He's words, the young lovers suddenly remembered. They actually didn't pay much attention to this matter before. After all, there seems to be no judges in this love drama. "Teacher He, do you want us to grade ourselves?" Naizayo couldn't help but ask. Sister Keiyu smiled and said, "Then I'll give myself 100 points. Then I'll give myself an 82 score," Kai Zukun continued, "because I'm a bit 666. Naizayo, who was sitting next to her, was immediately silenced by Kai Zukun's cold jokes. "Good guy, what an old joke. Did my brother Kun get on the internet 10 years ago? I was a boy when I first heard this joke and now I am a mother of 2. The joke upstairs is quite cold. I will punish you to kiss Kai Zukun." "You are all wrong. It's not that my brother Kun is lagging behind, but it just proves that Jeej has not forgotten his original intention. So come with me, Jai Nai is too beautiful. Don't forget your original intention. I didn't see it, but I can see that you want to K. You are so beautiful." No, it's not about grading each other." Teacher He smiled evilly. "Actually, there are 5 pairs of eyes secretly watching you in the secret." 5 pairs of eyes who, where? Wang Dalu stretched his head and looked around. Sister Keiyu shrank her head. 5 pairs of eyes secretly watching. This feels like a horror movie. Wang Churen said straightforwardly, "It's nothing to be afraid of. There are love observers in every drama. These 5 pairs of eyes should be 5 love observers." Haha, it seems Churen has understood it before. Seeing Wang Churen explain something, Teacher He stopped trying to be mysterious. "That's right, we invited 5 love observers for this show. They are Teacher Yin Nangjin, Teacher Zhu Zhangyan, Teacher Deng Ziki, Teacher Yaya and Teacher Zhang Dada. In the following days, the 5 love observers will observe your every move, examine your tacit understanding, and plan some tips for you that can enhance your relationship. It is worth mentioning that the following scoring sessions will be given fairly and impartially by these 5 love observers." Teacher He explained everything truthfully and carefully. After listening to the explanation, Reba and others nodded in understanding. At this time, Sister Keiyu couldn't help but ask again, "So the results of this scoring are out. What's my score?" Sister Keiyu's guess is correct. Teacher He took out the list in his hand. "The ratings for this dinner have been released." "How much?" Sister Keiyu said impatiently. Nai Zio said. "Teacher He, please stop showing off." Jiazi Yushu thought, "Teacher He, am I the top 3? Hua Chengyu was filled with excitement. "I must be number 1. Seeing several young couples looking forward to it, Teacher He announced with a smile. Hua and Wang Churen, the overall score is 75.4. Congratulations." Hearing the score of 75.4, Hua Chengyu instantly became excited. Sure enough, it was exactly as he expected. He knew that he and Wang Churen were number 1 and they were the most promising C-piece. Although 75.4 is not too much, they are definitely crushing. However, before Hua Chengyu could be happy for a while, Teacher He's voice sounded again. "Keiju's sister and Wang Dalu, the overall score is 75.8. 75.8, that's quite a lot, hee hee," Sister Keiyu said with some joy. Hua Chengyu was confused. No, shouldn't the first one read be the first? But now, first is first, F asterisk asterisk K him to the bottom. It's not urgent, it's not necessarily based on ranking, it may be based on popularity. I should be the first to read it because it's popular. Hua Chengyu quickly comforted himself. However, the next second, Teacher He's voice spoke again. Cheng Zio and Kai Zukun, the overall score is 76.5. Yu Shuxin and Wang Yibo, the overall score is 77.3. Su Q and Reba, the overall score is 84. The sounds one after another were like hammers, hitting Master Hua's head one after another. I originally thought that first place was a sure win. No matter how bad it is, second or third place is fine, at least in the top 3, but now it's bad first, last place stable. Teacher He, are you kidding when you say this is possible? Hua Chengyu asked reluctantly. The pair of Su Qiu and Reba actually had a score of 84, crush him by almost 10 points. Fake, this is absolutely fake. There must be something shady. No, it's fair and square. Teacher He seemed to have expected this and went on to say, this voting was discussed openly throughout the entire process and all viewers can see it. Hearing this, Hua Chengyu was completely numb. He died before leaving the army. When I first joined the drama, I washed dishes and was at the bottom of the pile. The feng shui of this lion zong is not good. Teacher He looked away and continued to announce. Congratulations to Su Qiu and Reba for winning first place. The reward for first place will naturally follow. Congratulations to Su Qiu and Reba for receiving 10 boxes of Jiaduabo drinks exclusively collected by Wangleaji Beverage Co. Limited. 10 boxes of snack gift packs sponsored by Mini Fish Co. Limited. 5 cans of laundry detergent sponsored by Good Grandpa Laundry Detergent. Good Grandpa Laundry Detergent. My grandson said it was good after using it. In addition, there are 5 boxes of instant noodles with vegetables and eggs, 5 boxes of popsicle gift packs, as well as 100 love points and 1,000 love funds presented by the program team. The reward for first place this time is much richer than expected. But at this time, Reba, who was belatedly aware of the situation, became excited. Ha ha ha, Su Qiu, we are number 1, we are number 1. Reba patted Su Qiu very excitedly, but the next second she turned around and looked. Reba's heart rate 99 BPM. No, Su Qiu, you fell asleep again. Reba now suspects that Su Qiu was reincarnated as a sloth, either sleeping or on the way to sleep. I've been sleeping all day today, but now it's good that I can still sleep after eating. Su Qiu, get up quickly to receive the award. Reba stretched out her hand and flicked Su Qiu's cheek. Su Qiu rubbed her face and yawned before opening her eyes. What kind of award are you receiving? This is our first place prize. Reba pointed to the snacks and drinks brought out by the program crew with a happy face. Su Qiu took a look, but she didn't expect that the program team was very generous and actually gave away so many things. But what he was a little curious about was, how come he and Reba are number 1? Logically speaking, given his rumored reputation, he shouldn't start at the bottom. After 3 rounds, wouldn't he have to be kicked out of the show and sent to wash Damami's feet? The reason why Su Qiu slept so hard was because of all the useful skills. When the time comes, you can avoid fainting in the foot washing water when washing Damami's feet. Before Su Qiu could figure out the reason, Reba had already pulled him to receive the reward. Seeing those boxes of snacks, Reba felt like her mouth was watering. Sister Ku said with some envy. So many snacks, so happy Tilda. She quickly looked at Teacher He and asked, Teacher He, there is a reward for the first place, but are there rewards for the others? Of course, Teacher He didn't waste any time and directly announced the rewards for the remaining young couples. The second-ranked pair, Yu Shuxin and Wang Yibo, received almost the same rewards as Su Qiu and others. It's just that the number of snacks, drinks, and food has been reduced from 10 boxes to 6 boxes. Instant noodles and popsicles also turned into 3 boxes. Love points and love funds have become 60 and 600. As for Cheng Zio and Kai Zukun, who were ranked 3rd, their rewards were cut in half again, with drinks and snacks reduced to 3 boxes, instant noodles and popsicles in 1 box, 30 love points and 300 love funds. Ku's sister and Wang Dalu, who were ranked 4th, had only 1 box of snacks and drinks, no instant noodles and popsicles, and only 20 love points and 200 love funds left. Hearing this, Hua Chengyu gradually realized that something was wrong. What's going on? The rewards are getting less and less. The reward for 4th place is almost gone, then if it's his turn to be at the bottom. Hua and Wang Churen received 10 love points and 100 love funds. Just when Hua Chengyu felt bad, teacher he had already announced the results. The program team still maintains the bottom line, so it is naturally impossible for the young couple at the bottom to go home in defeat. But the reward has essentially been reduced a lot, which is equivalent to only giving a minimum guarantee. The program team did this to retain a sense of competition. Only when there is a gap in rankings and rewards will several young couples catch up and frantically find ways to get closer to each other in order to win the favor of love observers. Why only 10 points and 100 love funds? Wang Churen frowned and looked at the pile of snacks that Su Qiu and Reba had, looking a little unhappy. Hua Chengyu also whispered unconvincedly. There is definitely a shady story. But it doesn't matter, you can be black for a while but you can't be black for a lifetime. If the two of us work hard next time, we will definitely get the 1st place. Hearing this, Wang Churen glanced at Hua Chengyu. Weren't you the one who dragged us to the bottom this time? Hua Chengyu, your steak is not cooked at all, Wang Churen complained slightly. Hua Chengyu said anxiously. Medium rare is the original taste. Wang Churen rolled his eyes at Hua Chengyu. That's very good, don't say it next time. She paused, don't do it either. Ha 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 ha, I was laughing so hard, Master Hua actually choked, ha ha ha. I used to think that Wang Churen had no emotional intelligence at all, but I didn't expect that this was actually an advantage. I choked hard and made Master Hua angry to death. Master Hua, we will definitely be the dark horse next time. Wang Churen, I have the nerve to say that you are dragging me down. Master Hua still wanted to lead Fei, but he didn't expect that he was the one who cheated him the most. Haizi, you are all Heisi, Wang Churen is the most deceitful. Our Hua is right, okay, medium rare steak is the most delicious. It's Wang Churen who has no vision and it's those love observers who black money. Our family Hua has practiced cooking skills for many years. His cooking skills are the best, this is all shady, this is all shady. Su Qiu and Reba should not be number 1, our family Hua should be number 1, I want to report that this show is shady. As the true fans of Master Hua and Wang Churen came to an end, there was another battle in the live broadcast room, with no one giving in to the other. This is the Love House. With the distribution of prizes, this dinner time has basically come to an end. Next, it is time for several young couples to have free activities. However, before they separated, Teacher He did not forget to ask several young couples to download a software called Heartbeat Moment. The next tasks will be released in this software. Not only that, love points and love funds will also be stored in it. There is a store inside. You can use your love points and love funds to make purchases and exchange them for what you need. In addition, the love fund can also be used for one-to-one cash withdrawals to purchase supplies. Teacher He explained tirelessly for a while, then put on a smile and said, this heart-beating moment also has a circle of friends function, in addition to the circle of friends where you have to post a summary every night. When you have nothing to do, you can also post your daily life, interactions, and inner thoughts. This will help several love observers gain a deeper understanding and opinions. Hear this. What a comprehensive software. Sister K, you couldn't help but look at it. You can also see our heart rate on it. Sister Zio's heart rate is 70, Shuxin's heart rate is 72, Zukun's heart rate is 69. Why is Hua's heart rate over 80? Sister Ku glanced at Master Hua, who was a little autistic. Obviously, what Wang Churen just said was a bit lethal. Hey Tilda Su Qiu's heart rate is only 40. Sister Ku was startled by Su Qiu's heart rate and looked over quickly. As for Sister Ku's reaction, Reba looked indifferent. Heart rate 40. It's not a big deal at all, no need to think about it. Su Qiu must have fallen asleep again. Reba turned her head and looked at Su Qiu. Yes, I really fell asleep. You kid, you really can sleep. Reba's heart rate 90 BPM. Hey Reba, why did your heart rate suddenly rise? Sister Ku glanced at Su Qiu and then at Reba. You little lovers, one plays with a high heart rate and the other plays with a low heart rate. Okay. Can play love observation room. Is there really nothing wrong with Sukyu's heart rate? Most people can't have a heart rate of 40, right? Deng Ziki looked at the heart rate monitor on the big screen and couldn't help but ask. Yi Nengjin explained, generally speaking, when people are in a calm state, their heart rate is generally between 60 and 80. If they enter a sleep state, their heart rate will drop to around 50 or 60. Of course, some people's conditions are worse. Especially when they are sleeping, their heart rate will drop to about 40, which seems relatively low, but in fact there is no big problem. The eldest sister Yaya also said at this time. Several young couples have participated in physical examinations before entering the love drama. There must be no health problems, so Kyu's heart rate of 40 is normal. But he is too good at sleeping, Zhu Zhengyan said. Yi Nengjin couldn't help but laugh. Young man, if you sleep well, just fall asleep. What about sleep quality? I think this is a pig. At this time, Zhang Dada standing next to him directly interrupted. As soon as these words came out, the expressions of several people near Yi Neng changed instantly. To be honest, they can also understand the thoughts of the program crew. Asking Zhang Dada to come over, isn't it because he wants to use his mouth to create emotional fluctuations in the audience in the live broadcast room? But I have to say that the program team did something right with this idea. Not to mention the audience in the live broadcast room, even they wanted to give Zhang Dada a big sinus. Let's continue to observe the performance of several young couples. The eldest sister Yaya changed the topic directly. Everything in the picture returns to the love cabin. At this time, Hua Chengyu, who failed to load the fork, was washing dishes in the kitchen alone. Sister Ku and Wang Dalu were secretly discussing something and seemed to be planning to go out. Nai Xiao, Kai Zukun, Yu Shuxin, and Wang Yibo were two young lovers sitting on the sofa in the living room on the first floor. Shu Zin, your nails are very nice. Kai Zukun looked left and right before finding a topic. Yu Shuxin looked at her new manicure with no expression on her face. Because her manicure was crooked this time and it actually didn't look very good. But now that Kai Zukun had started talking, Yu Shuxin could only smile reluctantly. Then he pinched his hands into orchid fingers, gestured with his manicure, and laughed at himself. It's almost like chicken feet. Better than chicken feet. Kai Zukun was about to continue his conversation. But the next second he suddenly froze. The atmosphere in the living room suddenly became awkward. Wait, chicken feet, ha 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 ha, Yu Shuxin, you dare to speak. Good guy, the clip U is directly pressed against the face and opened wide. This is like a heifer riding a rocket so awesome that it has reached outer space. Young boy, right? I didn't expect that Yu Shuxin is also a small boy. Okay, I'll become a fan soon. Kung Kun's expression changed from happiness to confusion, then to thinking, and then to shock in 1 second. What a movie star performance. He is truly worthy of being my pigeon. I used to like dead clips, but now I like Yu Shuxin cowhide. The true fans in the live broadcast room instantly became excited. Even Wang Yibo, who had always kept a straight face and kept a serious smile, couldn't help but burst into laughter. At this time, Yu Shuxin realized that she seemed to have made a ball close to her face. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a little black guy. Yu Shuxin said quickly, I still like your dance and songs, Zukun. For example, your song Chicken You is so beautiful. Is it possible? Nai Xiao, who was next to her, couldn't help but laugh. That song is called Just Because You Are So Beautiful. Yu Shuxin, Wang Yibo, hahaha, Kai Zukun, stop playing and leave. No, Sukun, we were having such a good chat, why are you leaving all of a sudden? Yu Shuxin wanted to hold Kai Zukun, but obviously failed. Kai Zukun went upstairs and planned to return to his room. I happened to see Kyu and Reba carrying instant noodles. I don't know why, but he suddenly became even more angry. What's wrong with Sukun? Did he take gun medicine? Reba looked at Kai Zukun, who was walking past fiercely, and wondered. Kyu yawned and said nonchalantly, Men, there are a few days every month. Hearing this, Reba suddenly became curious. What days are they? There are men too. Looking at Reba, whose eyes were full of confusion, Kyu nodded. Of course, there are a few days every month when men are changing their eggs. Egg changing period. Reba asked with a look of thirsty for knowledge. What is the egg changing period? Why have I never heard of it? Please tell me. It's that kind of. Kyu thought for a while and said. It's almost like relatives coming. Every month boys will. How should I put it? If it changes once, they will be in a bad mood during this period, just like Kunkun. Real. Reba's eyes were full of disbelief. In her long life, this was the first time she had heard of the egg-changing period. Of course it's true, it's common sense. Sukyu nodded. If you don't believe it, just ask any man and he will know. When the audience in the live broadcast room heard this, they all testified. I can help Sukyu prove that men really have an egg-changing period and there are a few days every month macron/. It's true, that fold is the scar left after the operation. Just like a pistol, don't you have to replace it after you run out of bullets? This is common sense, doesn't everyone know it? Ask online. I am 19 years old this year, why am I not in the egg-changing period yet? It's normal. The egg-changing period varies from person to person. Most people have it for a few days every month, but some people only have it once every few months, years, or even 10 years. I haven't read many books, Sukyu, please don't lie to me. That's it, I've learned it. Seeing Sukyu's sincere eyes, Reba nodded trustingly. I learned something new today and I will share it now. Adhering to the principle of sharing knowledge after learning, Reba quickly edited a text message. Sister me, do you know this common sense? Men have a few days every month called the egg-changing period. After the message was sent, Reba scratched her little head when she saw that the other party is typing prompt on the other end for a while. Sukyu, Sister me seems to be shocked by this trivial knowledge, Reba said. Sukyu, no, are you really mad? Reba, the next second Damami on the other end finally replied with a message. Where did you learn common sense? Smile.jpg. Sukyu taught me, Reba replied. He taught very well, ask him not to teach me next time. Reba replied with a question mark. Do you really believe it? Reba. She looked up at Sukyu in disbelief. At this moment, Reba's little head realized what she was doing and her face suddenly turned red. Reba's heart rate, 110 BPM. Ah, Sukyu, you lied to me. Looking at Reba, whose heart rate exceeded 100 and went straight to 110 BPM. The audience in the live broadcast room burst out laughing. Reba actually believed it, ha 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 ha. Good guy, this heart rate is breaking 100 every minute. If you rely on heart rate to calculate the results, no one can surpass Sukyu and Reba. It's so effective, it made me laugh to death. Reba actually shared this knowledge. I'm afraid the other party will go crazy with joy. Cold knowledge, the common sense that Sukyu made up is not true. Fortunately, it's not true, otherwise it would be so painful if I had to replace these three. Wait, three. Hey. Reba, whose heart rate was 110 BPM, rolled up her sleeves. Elegance or something. It doesn't exist? Sukyu, don't run away, I also have common sense to tell you, that is, when a fist hits the face it will definitely hurt. Don't believe it, I'll try it for you. Taste the punishment of this girl. Seeing this, Sukyu said directly, wait, I give up. No, we can't admit defeat, Reba waved her fist. Then I'll give you these boxes of snacks, Sukyu said. Hearing this, Reba thought for a moment and then retracted her fist. That's not enough, I forgive you. Reba happily carried the snacks into her room. The next second she seemed to have thought of something again and walked out. By the way, Sukyu, I have nothing to do after dinner. I will go out to buy some daily necessities later. After the words fell, Reba seemed to have thought of something and added, you have slept for so long in the afternoon, don't you want to go back to your room to sleep now? Of course not. Sukyu shook her head. Hearing this, Reba felt relieved. She was afraid of hearing Sukyu say the words going to sleep again. I plan to take a shower first, Sukyu continued. Reba. Why are you taking a shower so early? Take a shower so you can go to bed. Sukyu affirmed. Reba. Good. Hello Sukyu, walking around in circles is better than sleeping, right? Reba's heart rate. 105 BPM. Sukyu took a comfortable hot bath and dried her hair before returning to her room. But for some reason, Reba kept staring at herself after coming out of the toilet. Unable to think of a reason, Sukyu simply gave up and lay down on the bed, preparing to continue to sleep. By the way, I have to post it on Moments before going to bed tomorrow night. Sukyu suddenly remembered Teacher He's words and quickly opened the Heartbeat app. As soon as I clicked into Moments, I saw the moments posted by Kaiyu's sister. Above is a picture of two pairs of running shoes with the text, "It's better to take a walk after a meal or run." Next, there is Yu Shuxinfa's circle of friends. It is a sharing of the song "Just Because You Are So Beautiful." Kunkun also gave a like below. Then I looked down and saw a picture sent by Hua Chengyu. Inside the picture was a guitar with the text, "Let's start fighting side by side again, good brothers." "Are you going to have a seizure again?" Sukyu murmured to herself. At this moment, a new circle of friends popped up. "It's Reba's hair." Sukyu pulled it down and took a look. The picture showed her behind, and I don't know when a piece of paper was stuck on my back. On the paper was a little turtle. Good guy, no wonder I always feel like Reba is staring at me after I come out of the toilet. It turns out that I was looking for an opportunity to post this thing for myself. Some childish tricks. Sukyu quickly tore off the paper with the little turtle drawn on her back and took a photo. Caption, "Little turtle given by Mother Turtle." Then he posted this to his circle of friends and threw away his phone. Sleep. On the second floor, on the sofa in the living room, Reba was holding her cell phone and giggling. "Little Sukyu, how dare you lie to me? See how easily this girl can handle you." Reba looked at the fresh comment circle that she had just posted and couldn't help but laugh again. Sukyu is probably asleep now. Wait until he wakes up tomorrow morning and sees this circle of friends. The look on his face will definitely be wonderful. Thinking of this, Reba felt much better and giggled crazily. "Reba, don't laugh, Reba, don't laugh, I'm scared." I didn't expect that Reba also had a heart for playing pranks, haha. Why is Reba so cute? I seem to have seen the feeling of happy enemies. Let me just say, Sukyu and Reba, this young couple, will definitely not disappoint. Reba's current heart rate is 98 BPM. I can see what true love feels like. Looking at Reba with a silly smile on her face, the audience in the live broadcast room also started to comment. Reba here smiled happily and then planned to take a bath, but as soon as she stood up, she received a notification from Sukyu's moments. "Hey, Sukyu hasn't slept yet? Then he will find the little turtle soon." Reba clicked into the circle of friends with some anticipation. She wanted to see what Sukyu had discovered, whether she had discovered the little turtle. "Heh, I want you to make up some nonsense for me, right? Now you know how powerful this girl is." However, the next second, Reba was startled when she saw Sukyu's friend circle. "Little turtle, Mother Turtle." Reba's heart rate, 110 BPM. "Good guy, I am a good guy." Reba's heart rate has exceeded 100 again. I don't know if it was a heart-pounding feeling just now, but I know that Reba is hot and warm now. It made me laugh so hard. Sukyu really knows how to play. This is a sure winner. Sukyu, little turtle, Reba equals Mother Turtle, so, hey, it's quite a perverted way to play. 666. I said that Sukyu and Reba are the most viable. You still don't believe it. You are so happy for me. Who said before that they wanted to vote to kick Sukyu out of the drama? Come out to me. If you dare to kick Sukyu out, I will definitely take the train to F***KU. Happy friends, why is this inexplicable CP feeling a bit sweet? It looks good, I love watching it. In the live broadcast room, a lot of true fans suddenly started to kowtow fiercely. At this time, Reba, the turtle's mother, had arrived at Sukyu's door aggressively. "Sukyu, come out quickly. You will definitely be defeated." Reba put her hands on her hips, pretending to be domineering, but there was no reply at all to her shout. Sukyu was lying on the bed, sleeping soundly. Seeing no response, Reba continued to speak. "Sukyu, your takeaway has arrived. Sukyu, open the door quickly and check the water meter." "Pade." The door suddenly opened. It's just Wang Churen from the opposite door. Wang Churen glanced at Reba, who had her arms crossed, and then at Sukyu's closed door. He opened his mouth and said, "Are you?" playing the trick of Aunt Zhu calling the door. "Reba PL play." Reba covered her face and ran away in despair. She really didn't want Wang Churen to think that she was playing some shameful game. Bad guy Sukyu, it's all your fault." Until after taking a bath, Reba kept mumbling. But while she was cursing, Reba suddenly started laughing again. Reba didn't know why, but her little heart was beating loudly. There is no anger towards Sukyu, but a little happy. Reba has never been in love, she just feels that her current state is weird. But she didn't know why, but she didn't reject this feeling. On the contrary, she actually liked this feeling of joy. It's all the bad guy Sukiyo's fault. Reba suddenly muttered something again, but it was with a smile. No, Why am I thinking about the bad guy Sukiyo now? Reba shook her head quickly. She doesn't know why, but all she can think about now is Sukiyo's appearance. Sukiyo's appearance when carrying the suitcase. Sukiyo taught her how to fry steak. Sukiyo's appearance of spreading salt. Sukiyo's sleeping appearance. There was also the way Sukiyo teased her, although they all seem unremarkable, but she didn't know why. All she could think about was this, and the thought of this made her happy. Wait a moment. Reba, don't you fall in love with the bad guy Sukiyo? Reba, who had never been in love before, suddenly reacted belatedly and shook her head quickly. Impossible, absolutely impossible. How could I fall in love with the villain Sukiyo? It was obviously the first day I saw him, and this kid just wants to sleep. What's the good thing? Reba shook her head wildly, trying to get rid of this idea, but Sukiyo's appearance stuck in Reba's mind like glue. Bang bang tilde. Bang 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 tilde. Reba's heartbeat was getting faster and faster. She could feel that her face seemed to be getting redder and redder. Broken. It's not like it's love at first sight. Reba immediately pinched herself and persuaded herself. No, Reba, you are just here to participate in the show. Before this, Reba just regarded this love show as an ordinary show. In her opinion, it should be impossible to find a partner in a variety show like Love. So she just thought it was a formality. When she selected Sukiyo, she only treated Sukiyo as a colleague, but now, she felt broken, seems to be stuck. Reba, calm down, you have to calm down. What's good about Sukiyo? Isn't it just that he is stronger, handsome, good at cooking, and can provide emotional value? Besides these, what else does he have? What else does he have left? Reba began to persuade her crazily. But after persuading her, she suddenly felt this seemed to be all advantages. Weaknesses, Sukiyo must have shortcomings. Reba knocked her little head. Yes, his shortcoming is that he likes to sleep. The next second, Reba muttered again. But loving to sleep doesn't seem to be a shortcoming. At least I won't go out and play around when I get married. No, Reba, why do you think of getting married? Reba's little head quickly began to think crazily. Not to mention getting married, she even started to think about where to bury her. And in the live broadcast room, the audience, who watched Reba's heart rate going up and down, breaking over 100 from time to time, were stunned. Asking online what happened to Reba's roller coaster heart rate. What is Reba doing in the room? I strongly request that a camera be installed in the room. Reba is sick. Or fa Japanese letter Macron 3 Macron Japanese letter red tilde. It's bad. Reba won't be mad at Sukiyo, right? Not only the audience in the live broadcast room, but also several Love observers who were observing secretly were confused. There's something wrong with Reba's heart rate. Could something have happened? So they quickly contacted a female staff member to go check it out. The female staff member came to Reba's door and tentatively turned the door handle. The door was unlocked, so she opened it and took a look. The next second, the female staff member slammed the door shut. After a while, she took a deep breath and said into the microphone, "No, Reba is fine. What the hell, what happened? What did the staff see? Good guy, what is Reba doing in the room?" The audience who saw this scene became even more curious. The eldest sister Yaya asked with concern, "Are you really okay?" "It's really okay," the female staff member replied, but she didn't mention anything about what Reba did in the room. How can I mention it? Is it possible to say? Reba was smiling on the bed, then tossing and turning and squirming from time to time. No one would believe this. After confirming that Reba was fine, the eldest sister Yaya felt relieved and turned her attention to the other young couples. Sister Ku and Wang Dalu finished their night run and then used their small love fund to have a barbecue. If you don't eat enough, where will you find the strength to lose weight? Nai Xiao and Yu Shuxin were sitting outside on the balcony, enjoying the wind, not knowing what they were talking about. Hua Chengyu has been hiding in the room since he finished washing the dishes. Except for the occasional sound of guitar, there was no other sound. The first night in the love cabin seemed a bit ordinary and peaceful, but on the internet, a storm is setting off. Shocked, the man who drove the test taker to the internet cafe in a love taxi actually used a knife. Crying Reba in one sentence, "This man is too much." Facing Reba, this man actually directly said that he wanted to sleep. Shocked, Kunkan wants to change eggs. Shocking headlines continue to appear on various short video platforms one after another. Under the comments of the short video, "What the hell, Soo-kyu, is he the culprit who united with Berea to attack the M78 planet? Good guy, how come there are so many videos suddenly appeared? Did Soo-kyu invest money? I'm cutting vegetables with my eyes closed, this Soo-kyu is still a cook. Ha 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 ha, Reba invites you to go shopping instead of sleeping. This Soo-kyu is too straight. This Soo-kyu is really good at sleeping, but when he fights against Master Hua he is really awesome. He is called Lion Zong, I will pay attention to it right now. Let me tell you, do men really have an egg-changing period? As the popularity of the video gradually increased, some people added fuel to the fire. Soo-kyu's name is known to more and more netizens. In the blink of an eye it almost made it to the top 10 hot searches. Some are happy and some are sad, in Kai Zukun's room. Kai Zukun's face changed as he was making funny sounds. Originally, he was quite happy when he saw news about himself, but the next second, these are the big words, egg-changing period. Kai Zukun's mentality completely collapsed early the next morning. Soo-kyu was lying on the bed and sleeping comfortably, but soon she was awakened by the sound of a noisy guitar. Not only Soo-kyu but also Reba, who was in the room not far away, opened the door with a bang. Hua, what are you doing up so early in the morning? Reba stayed up almost all night last night, and she directly questioned him with dark circles under her eyes. As soon as Hua Chengyu saw Reba, he immediately showed a smile and said, "The day's plan starts in the morning. For today's creation I am tuning the guitar." Reba, when you debug the guitar, you don't debug it in your own room, you go to their living room on the second floor to debug something. I saw Master Hua so early in the morning, it's really unlucky. When you weren't in your own room, you went to someone else's living room on the second floor to adjust the guitar, waking up Reba early in the morning. As expected of you, Master Hua, you are so mean. You don't understand how you can express yourself when you are tuning the guitar in the room and no one can see it. You must run to the second floor and show how active you are. It is the same as analyzed by the audience in the live broadcast room. Hua Chengyu was really thinking carefully in his mind. When you are in the room, what's the use of being nice? No one can see it. So all he has to do is let people see his talent. It's not just Wang Churen. Reba also wants to see his talent. He not only wants to conquer Reba and Wang Churen through this, he also wanted to use this opportunity to let Soo-kyu see his strength as the god of the Huxia music scene. He wanted Soo-kyu to understand that he was a mountain that Soo-kyu could never overcome. Pade. The door to the room opened and Soo-kyu walked out. He glanced at Master Hua holding the guitar in the living room. What's wrong with this kid so early in the morning? Hua Chengyu ignored Soo-kyu's gaze because at this time Wang Churen also walked out of the room. Hua, what are you doing this early in the morning? Wang Churen covered his mouth with his hand and yawned secretly, and asked Master Hua some displeasure. Seeing this, Master Hua felt happy, because now the three supporting characters Reba, Wang Churen, and Soo-kyu have appeared, then it's time for him to perform. Churen, I had a sudden burst of inspiration last night, so I took advantage of it and wrote a song for you. Master Hua said with a humble but proud look. Write a song for me. Wang Churen was originally very unhappy, but when she heard that Master Hua actually wrote a song for herself, her mood immediately improved a lot. After all, a man writes songs specifically for her, which is enough to prove her charm. Really? Wang Churen asked. Master Hua nodded crazily. Of course it's true, I can sing it to you right now. After the words fell, Hua Chengyu glanced at Reba triumphantly. Woman, just wait to be conquered by my charm. Hua Chengyu glanced at Soo-kyu and the camera in the living room again. Soo-kyu, those love observers and those audiences, please keep an eye on me, all of you. This is the strength of the god of Huxia music. The moment the idea fell, Hua Chengyu's fingers were already on the guitar. A slightly rhythmic guitar prelude sounded, and Hua Chengyu began to hum. O tilde goddess, you are a goddess tilde. O tilde goddess, you are my only salvation tilde. Hua Chengyu debuted as a singer, and he still has some ability. Although he didn't sing this song very well, it wasn't to the point where it was unpleasant. But the next second, Hua Chengyu seemed to be possessed again and his tone changed and he began to howl. Oh my god, my ears are rotten, ah. Who did this so early in the morning? Damn it, it made my great-grandfather who passed away a few days ago scream so hard that he got up. Master Hua, please stop singing, please stop singing. I won't scold you, okay? Please let me go, I am older and younger. I'm sorry, please give me a pair of ears that have never heard Master Hua sing. I'll give you a high price. My father asked which mage it was. He works as a security guard at the cemetery. He wanted the mage to come to the cemetery to help with the funeral. I'm a fool, Master Hua, stop barking, my dog will die after hearing you sing. The audience in the live broadcast room began to mourn. Wang Churen's face suddenly changed and darkened. She just heard that Hua Chengyu wrote a song specifically for her and he was quite happy. The result is now, she finally heard it. Hua Chengyu didn't write a love song for her but planned to send her away. She was crying like a ghost and those who didn't know thought she was dead. Stop singing. Wang Churen left a few words with a dark face, then slammed the door shut. Seeing this, Hua Chengyu walked to Wang Churen's room a little anxiously. Churen, what's wrong? Isn't this song well written? There was silence in the room. Hua Chengyu knocked on the door reluctantly. What's wrong, Churen? Are you feeling unwell? There was silence in the room. Churen, do you want me to help you? Hua Chengyu hasn't finished speaking yet. Reba's light words came to her. Is it possible, as long as you leave, Churen's health will be fine? Hua Chengyu, he was stunned for a moment and looked at Reba. Could it be that Churen was moved to tears by my song and then? Stop your unrealistic fantasies. Reba raised her hand to stop her. I have a way, that is, you go back to sleep first, and maybe you will be fine when you wake up. Hua Chengyu left in despair. He had no excuse to stay. After hearing that Hua Chengyu left, Wang Churen opened the door and breathed a sigh of relief. She glanced at Reba and said softly, "Thank you." Reba nodded slightly and turned her attention to Su Qiu, who walked to the living room to pour water. Suddenly she rolled her eyes and spoke as if she had thought of something. Hey Su Qiu, look at Hua, even though his song isn't very good, he still wrote it. When will you write a song for me, just 1 or 2 sentences? If it were a song written by Su Qiu, she would be willing to howl even a few lines. Su Qiu, who had just taken a sip of water, almost spat out when she heard this. It was not because he was frightened but mainly because he wanted to laugh when he thought of the song Master Hua just sang. What, oh tilde goddess, you are a goddess tilde, oh tilde goddess, you are my only salvation tilde. The lyrics are so superficial and I don't understand them. Even if you want to praise salvation, you can't just praise it openly. No matter what you do, you have to change the direction and praise it gracefully. Thinking of this, a melody appeared in Su Qiu's mind. Oh tilde, you are my eyes tilde. Take me through the changing seasons tilde. You are my eyes. Take me through the crowd tilde. Su Qiu couldn't help humming. It's also about writing about redemption. Let's see how others write about it. Starting from small things, starting from daily life, starting from all aspects, the feelings are sincere and go straight into people's hearts. Wait a minute, Su Qiu, can you still sing? Reba looked at Su Qiu in surprise. Su Qiu, can you still sing? Reba looked at Su Qiu in disbelief. She just said that she asked Su Qiu to write a song for her, mainly to punish Su Qiu for causing her to stay up all night. She actually meant it for fun. After all, she also knew where Su Qiu, a young kid, got such skills, but these few words Su Qiu hummed immediately made Reba's eyes light up. When singing this melody, it is obvious that Su Qiu still has some skills. No, a little bit. Su Qiu had learned some lessons from videos before, and humming a few lines according to the melody was not a problem. You sing pretty well. Let me listen to you if you continue to sing a few lines. Reba said with a little anticipation. Su Qiu took a sip of water and said calmly, if you don't want to sing, I'm going to sleep. Reba's heart rate. 80 BPM? No, you slept all day yesterday. Why are you still sleeping? You really are the reincarnation of a sloth, right? In Reba's shocked eyes, Su Qiu, who had gone to the toilet, returned to the room and closed the door. Then under Reba's gaze, Su Qiu's heart rate instantly dropped to 41. Really asleep. Reba was stunned. The sleep quality is so good, do you really fall asleep? Ah, bad guy Su Qiu. Reba stamped her feet angrily and hid in the room. Su Qiu's sleep quality is comparable to that of a college student. By the way, what's the name of the song Su Qiu sang? Has anyone heard of it? I've never heard of this song and I can't even identify it by listening to songs. It's weird, I can't find the lyrics even though I've tried thousands of times. Isn't this a song written by Soo Kyu herself? Really or not, just these few lyrics and melody can tell that this song is not simple. Can Soo Kyu make a song of this level? You're kidding, where did Soo Kyu get this ability? This must be an unpopular song. Give me 10 minutes and I'll find it out quickly. Hey. 10 minutes passed quickly and the audience in the live broadcast room was still watching the barrage. It was quiet in the Love House. Except for Hua Chengyu, who got up early in the morning and made a fuss, everyone else was basically sleeping. It wasn't until 8 o'clock in the morning that Yu's sister, Nai Zio, Wang Yibo and others woke up one after another. And soon there was a ding-dong sound. 5 young couples received a gathering notification on their mobile phones at the same time. Wang Dalu, who had been sleeping in, got up from the bed. Soo Kyu yawned and then went downstairs. I just don't know why when going down the stairs, Soo Kyu always feels cold on her back. Turning around, he saw Reba quietly following him, then he stared at him with eyes that seemed to be studying something. Don't look at me like that, I'm scared. Soo Kyu yawned, Reba nodded thoughtfully and glanced slightly to the side. Obviously, I'm not looking at you. Reba was justified and then focused on Soo Kyu again. Soo Kyu. Just tell me if you have anything to say. Soo Kyu yawned. Reba came forward and asked curiously, what song are those lyrics you hummed this morning? The song in the morning made Reba feel a little itchy. But since the bad guy Soo Kyu doesn't sing to her, then she might as well listen online. But with this search, Reba could not be cured. I can't find the origin of these lyrics at all. So she had every reason to suspect that Soo Kyu wrote this song herself. Are you my eyes? Soo Kyu glanced at Reba suspiciously. Soon he reacted again. By the way, although this world is almost developed, it is lacking a lot in some aspects. Just like some songs, some TV series, and some poems. And precisely this song, You Are My Eyes, has never appeared. You Are My Eyes, is this the name of the song? Who sang it? Why have I never heard it before? Reba asked. Soo Kyu yawned. I sang it, do you believe it? Reba's eyes became hot. Of course I believe it, let's sing a few more lines and listen. I won't sing, Soo Kyu yawned, I'm too sleepy and not in the mood. Hey. Reba's heart rate 90 BPM. While the two were chatting, they had already reached the living room on the first floor. Teacher, he looked at the 5 young couples gathered with a smile and said, on the first morning in the love cabin, it seems that the 5 young couples haven't woken up yet. After hearing this, Sister Ku raised her hands and said, I'm awake because I haven't slept all night. Haha, teacher, he joked. Because you think it's not good to stay up late, so you choose to stay up all night. What about the other young couples? Teacher, he continued the topic. Yu Shuxin rubbed her eyes. Apart from anything else, the bed in this room is so comfortable that I couldn't stop sleeping. Hearing this, teacher, he immediately placed an advertisement. Thank you for the 3-piece bed set exclusively sponsored by Love Home. It is very easy to use and comfortable. But Kai Zukun complained at this time. The sound insulation is not good and I don't know who was crying and howling early in the morning which woke me up. It's a bit noisy, Nizio nodded. But the sound sounds familiar. Hearing this, teacher, he couldn't help but look at Hua Chengyu, ghosts cry and wolves howl. That's a somewhat apt description of what's going on. Teacher, he almost couldn't help but laugh. However, due to the professionalism of the host, he still held back. Reba covered her mouth and turned her face to one side, but it could be seen from her trembling body that she was smiling very happily. The ghost cries and the wolf howls, it's so appropriate, ha 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 ha. Kunkun still has some real qualities in him, at least the adjective used is really accurate. Reba, stop laughing, Reba, stop laughing, Master Hua will be so angry that he will cry, haha. What are you laughing at? I ask you what you are laughing at. My Huahua's song is obviously very nice, but you just don't know how to appreciate it. Huahua, don't cry, I will always stand by your grave. Hua Chengyu lowered his head and did not answer, but he muttered, there is no artistic talent at all, a bunch of guys who don't know how to appreciate art. Seeing that Hua Chengyu was almost buried in his stomach. Teacher, he quickly changed the topic. Okay, let's get down to business. In fact, this assembly has a new task. What task? It's not written on the app. Sister Ku clicked and looked at the app and asked. Teacher, he smiled slightly and said, because I haven't released it yet. Having said this, teacher he pulled back and pulled out a task card. What's the mission? Sister Ku shook her legs, looking impatient. Several other young couples also looked directly at Teacher He, wondering what tasks Teacher He would issue. With everyone's expectations, Teacher He made the announcement. A brand new farm and a new blind box mission have been refreshed in the open space 100 meters away from the Love House. Invite 5 young couples to work together to complete the blind box task. You can get keys after completing the blind box mission. Collect 5 keys and the farm will be unlocked. Just as Teacher He finished speaking, the live broadcast room immediately became agitated. Good guy, are you going to refresh the farm? This romance series seems to cost a lot. Reba and Yi Nengjian can be invited here. The cost must have been a lot, but I really didn't expect to add a farm. You can play this game and you can actually unlock a farm. Will there be cows and sheep on the farm? I want to see Reba raising cows. When the time comes, let Reba cosplay Cow Chong, then ride on a bull and shout. In my opinion, it's a trivial matter, then this romance series will be a hit. The general is really the pillar of the Han dynasty, but Jiangdong Iron Wall won't listen, so I'll kill my sonny boy with a knife. Interesting, I originally thought that this romance show would only use a blind box when picking a partner, but I didn't expect that even the tasks would be a blind box. I don't know what tasks Su Qiu and the others will get, so I'm a little excited. Hey! Ding dong tilde. As prompts sounded one after another, several blind boxes were sent to the mobile phones of the 5 female guests through the Heartbeat app. Reba, Yu Shuxin, Nai Zio, Wang Churen and Ku sister picked up their phones and tapped them. The blind box slowly opened, and one task after another appeared in front of everyone. Found 50 pounds of fodder. Yu Shuxin looked at her blind box task and asked in confusion, what is the forage? Yu Shuxin's home environment was pretty good. She had never worked in the fields, so naturally she didn't know much about what fodder was. Forage is feed for animals such as cattle, sheep, and horses. Normally it is hay. Nizio explained and then said, as for hay, it's actually not that difficult to find. My Wutai plow is more troublesome. A plow is an agricultural tool used for plowing and sowing, mainly used to loosen and break soil to prepare it for sowing. The history of this agricultural tool dates back thousands of years, but with the development of the times and the advancement of technology, plows have become difficult to see. It's very troublesome to find one, let alone 5 now. This is like looking for a needle in a haystack. Then my mission is not bad. Sister Ku smiled. 50 pounds of fertilizer. Fertilizer should be pretty easy to find, hee. Wang Churen frowned slightly and asked directly, how to collect 100 chickens and ducks. Reba, who was standing next to her, looked over and said, you have 100 chickens and ducks and I have 60 fish. If we add them all together, we have all the chickens, ducks, and fish. Warm reminder, love funds cannot be used. Just when several young couples were still thinking about how to complete the task, Teacher He's words are tantamount to adding another level of difficulty. Forage, plows, fertilizers, chickens, ducks, and fish. My dear, the co-authoring team is planning to let the 5 young couples come together on their own. There are no negative reviews of crop seeds. It is recommended to add 100 kilograms of crop seeds and let Master Hua find them. A good love variety show is going to be turned into a farming show. The worst thing is not letting you use the love fund. It's basically impossible to collect it all. It's not impossible, I probably have an idea. Master Hua, come down quickly and let me take over. Love observation room. Faced with the new difficulty of Teacher He, Zhang Dada said directly, the program team is too stingy. They are allowed to collect the things on the farm themselves and they are not allowed to use the love fund. In this case, how can Hua and the others collect 100 chickens and ducks? The difficulty of these tasks is a little higher than expected. Zhu Zhengyan nodded thoughtfully. Deng Ziki said, if the love fund is not allowed to be used, how can those young couples complete their mission? The eldest sister Yaya smiled at this time and said, in my opinion, the program team will not set such impossible tasks. The ultimate purpose of the program team setting these tasks is to make the young lovers to achieve cooperation and work together to solve problems. We can get closer to each other, so I believe that the rules of the program team are definitely more than this. The corner of Yinengjin's mouth raised. My thoughts are the same as Yaya's. The starting point of the program team is to bring closer the relationship between several young couples. They will definitely not set the difficulty too high. Among them, maybe there are what a turnaround. As expected, not long after Yi Ningjin and Yaya analyzed it, Teacher He in the love cabin looked at the worried young couples and smiled quietly. Haha, actually there are tips for this mission. Every 60 minutes, Heartbeat app will distribute a small bag of tips to young couples to help you complete the task. The bag contains task tips to help you complete the task faster. Speaking of this, Teacher He laughed mischievously. Sister Kyu saw this and said, Teacher He, I suspect you are digging a hole for us. Reba nodded. Teacher He, you look like a villain when you smile. This tip won't deduct our love fund or points, right? Nai Zio was a little wary. She and Kai Zukun didn't have many points and funds to begin with. If they just add a few deductions, they will go bankrupt on the spot. Teacher He smiled and said, of course, no need. Nai Zio was relieved when she heard that she didn't have to spend love funds and points. But then, Teacher He coughed dryly, but the score for this mission is calculated based on the number of times the kit is used. 5 points will be deducted for each use of the kit. Ah, you still have to deduct points. Sister K, you look decadent. Jiaziyu breathed out in relief. Teacher He, don't be out of breath when you speak. Yes, Teacher He, is there anything else we need to pay attention to? Let's finish it all at once. Nai Zio nodded crazily. Teacher He nodded slightly and said, one last note. The couple who completes the task first will receive a mysterious gift package specially presented by the program team. Upon hearing this, Yu Shuxin, Wang Yibo, Nai Zio, and Kai Zukun stood up in confusion. Hey guys, if you complete the mission first, you will get a mysterious gift package. They have decided on this big gift package. The mysterious gift package must be ours. Sister Ku yelled, racing against time to get the first place, and rushed out of the door with Wang Dalu. Seeing that several other young couples had already gone out to complete their tasks, Reba quickly picked up Su-Kyu. Su-Kyu, don't sleep, let's go finish the mission quickly. Su-Kyu rubbed her eyes, yawned and said calmly, what's the rush? Don't worry, there will be a big gift package for the first place. I feel like there must be a lot of good things in this gift bag. Maybe there are endless snacks. Reba blinked and looked at Su-Kyu with very firm eyes. For snacks, this gift package must be one. Looking at Jan Chanba, who was fantasizing about a gift pack of snacks that she couldn't finish, Su-Kyu couldn't help but yawned and said, it's useless to be anxious. Is there any way you can get 50 fish? Although Su-Kyu was sleeping, he still listened to the mission content and some precautions. No way, Reba patted her little head and shook her head. In fact, she still had an idea in mind, and that was to go to the vegetable market. There are a lot of fish in the market. If she is not allowed to spend the love fund, then she will have to work hard to exchange for it. But Reba's idea was shattered before preparations began. Because the task requirements are clearly marked at the end, you cannot go to wet markets and other places where fish are sold. It can be said that he died before he left the army. That's right, so there's no point in being anxious. Su-Kyu yawned. You mean wait 60 minutes for the tips? Reba asked. Su-Kyu shook her head. That's not necessary. In fact, 50 fish is not a difficult task. Really? Reba looked at Su-Kyu with some surprise. Su-Kyu, do you have a solution? Su-Kyu yawned and nodded slowly. He had just analyzed it. In fact, these tasks released by the program team were difficult to say, but it is not difficult to say that it is actually not difficult. Just break down the steps. For example, their mission is to get 50 fish. If you can't go to the wet market, where else can you find fish? It must be in the river, so how do you catch it from the river? It's very simple. Fishing rod. Use fishing rod to fish. But a new problem arises. The program team does not provide fishing rods, so how can we catch fish? Is it possible to just jump into the water? Of course not, then you have to find another way. Just like the fishing rod cannot be found. Then find a fisherman. After listening to Su-Kyu's analysis, Reba's eyes instantly lit up. Hey Su-Kyu, your little head is quite bright. As long as you find a fisherman and borrow it from him, you will get a fishing rod. Maybe I can borrow a few fish, haha. Su-Kyu, you have a good brain. Reba couldn't help but praise. The audience in the live broadcast room was obviously a little surprised. Hey, Su-Kyu is not stupid, he actually thinks of fishing. Su-Kyu's logic ability is really strong. I'm still thinking about making my own fishhook, but obviously Su-Kyu's method is better. The fishing guy's equipment is the best and he can definitely catch fish. 5-10 items are not easy. I can only say that there is nothing wrong with Su-Kyu's analysis, but he may have made a mistake in targeting the Daioyutong guys because the Daioyutong guys are all Air Force people. Yes, according to the law of fishing, as long as there is a fishing guy, there will be absolutely no fish. I think Su-Kyu and Reba are in danger. Whether we can catch fish or not, the Air Force will not tell us for now. We will just talk about how Su-Kyu and the others found the fishing guys. Those fishing guys are like gorillas, and it is not easy for ordinary people to find them. The audience in the live broadcast room started talking a lot. As for the love house, Reba's little head is rarely smart. But Su-Kyu, how do we find the fishermen? Reba asked, although it is widely rumored that you can see fishing guys everywhere, but it is actually not easy to find a fishing guy. There are so many rivers, but not every river has people fishing. If you search for such a place one by one, I'm afraid they would be at the bottom if they hadn't found the fishing guy yet. Reba looked at Su-Kyu and said seriously, Su-Kyu, please use your clever little brain. There is a way. Su-Kyu moved her butt, but now there is a very, very big problem. How big is it? Reba asked. It's as big as the end of the world, Su-Kyu said. Reba, let's talk about it, maybe I can solve it. Reba's eyes suddenly became determined, although she couldn't think of a way to find the fishing guy. But she should be sure to solve this apocalyptic problem. Yes, she knew it. The problem is, I want to sleep and don't want to move. Su-Kyu yawned and collapsed on the sofa comfortably. Even if the world is destroyed, don't try to stop me from sleeping. Reba heart rate 100 BPM. Good. She originally thought it was Su-Kyu's pocket. After all, something like La Douli that requires a different world to live in is indeed no less than the end of the world. But in the end, what Su-Kyu said was that she wanted to sleep and didn't want to move. Okay, you really gave her a big lump, didn't you? Reba clenched her fist. It's a small matter, I have an exclusive way to refresh your mind. Just bump your head against my fist and your sleepiness will disappear. Or I have an elbow strike that drops from the sky, which can also refresh your mind. Elbow, could it be that you are Reba, man? Elbow strikes may not be authentic, but elbow strikes falling from the sky are definitely authentic. Falling from the sky, landing from a plane, right? Good. I didn't expect you to be a sunspot, Reba. I love you even more. Salute to the legendary elbow striker Lauda, salute. Hey. Su-Kyu got up from the sofa anyway. He suspected that Reba might have an elbow. This foodie usually looks dumb, but it's like elbowing a little bee. You may not hesitate when it's time to take action, but Su-Kyu also had another consideration. I really can't sleep all the time. Although I feel good about sleeping, I still have to move around occasionally. Just like making money, don't spend it if you make it. How can you make any money then? And to be honest, he was also a little curious about what the program team's gift package was. Okay, just think of it as a gift pack of snacks for Greedy Ba. Let's find the fishing guy first. Let's go. Su-Kyu stretched her muscles and then walked out the door. Reba happily followed Su-Kyu. Su-Kyu, my snack gift package depends entirely on you. Love observation room. Love observers have been observing the movements of several young couples. All 5 young couples have already set off. I'm starting to get a little curious now which young couple can complete the task first. Zhu Zhengyan laughed and started the topic. Are they Ku sister and Wang Dalu who took the lead, or Yu Shuxin and Wang Yibo who have already made clear their goals, or are they Su-Kyu and Reba who set off last? Hearing this, Deng Ziki said without hesitation. It must be sister Ku and Wang Dalu. In a way, fertilizer is much easier to find. The only thing left is to find a way to get it. The eldest sister Yaya nodded and said, fertilizer is easy to find, but it is not so easy to get. In comparison, I still think Su-Kyu and Reba are more likely. At least their road has been paved. All right. That's not necessarily the case. At this time, a voice sounded. Zhang Dada crossed his hands and supported his chin. With a face that seemed to have seen through everything, he said, Su-Kyu and Reba seem to have a paved road, but it is full of thorns and it is difficult to reach the other side. If you don't believe it, think back. Now that you go out, how many people can you see fishing? Zhu Zhengyan thought for a while and said, although it is quite common to live broadcast fishing on the internet in daily life, it is indeed rare to see people fishing. Although the audience in the live broadcast room disliked Zhang Dada, what Zhang Dada said this time was not unreasonable. It's true when I think about it. I remember when I was a child, whenever I went to the river, I could always see one or two people fishing with homemade fishing rods. At that time, there was no such thing as a fisherman. At that time, you could see it everywhere. There are many people fishing, but now that there are more fishermen, it seems that we see less of them. I remember my first fishing rod when I was a child. I went to the village entrance to buy a fishhook and then found a stick made of it. The bait was a fly in the garbage dump. At that time, I caught the fly and followed the villagers. It's great to go fishing around, but now, there are almost no people fishing. When I was young, I didn't have much to do, so I just liked to go fishing with my fishing rod. But now that my fishing rod has been upgraded and I have equipment, I am overwhelmed by the pressure of life and have no interest in fishing anymore. If you want to drink sweet-scented osmanthus and drink wine, it will be different after all. When you were young, you could see people fishing everywhere with broken fishing rods. They are all facing the burden of life. You can see fishermen everywhere on the internet. That's because the internet has brought people from the entire country together on the same platform. There are thousands of people if you pick one out of a million, so it seems like a lot. But if you put it in reality, it is really difficult. Turn up. Although Zhang Dada is a scoundrel, what he said does make sense. Finding a fisherman is as difficult as catching a fish with your bare hands. Suqiu and Reba are really hanging on. Analyze the audience in the live broadcast room. They originally thought that Suqiu had paved the road and they should be able to complete the task faster. But now they realize that how to find the fishing guy is the most important thing. If Suqiu couldn't find the fishing guy, no matter how much Suqiu analyzed, he would still be in vain, also a waste of time. In comparison, the tasks of Sister Ku, Cheng Xiao, and Wang Churen were much simpler. At least their mission items exist on the ground and can be found on the ground. The fish only exists underwater and is very flexible, making it almost impossible to catch without the help of tools. Looking at it this way, Suqiu and Reba's chances of winning, it can almost be called the bottom. Love observation room. Deng Ziki also agreed with Zhang Dada's words. Finding a fisherman is actually no less difficult than catching fish with bare hands. However, at this time, Yi Nengjin gave a different opinion. I think Suqiu's analysis is very clear, and judging from Suqiu's expression, he should have thought of a solution. The eldest sister Yaya showed a smile and continued. Actually, if I continue to follow Suqiu's idea, if he can't find the fisherman, he will most likely change the target directly. He will find the fishing net first. If there is a fishing net, he will catch 5-10 fish are basically no problem. Yi Nengjin nodded. Judging from Suqiu's way of thinking, he should have thought about the fishing net. Although Yi Nengjin has just met Suqiu, judging from this short period of observation. Although Suqiu likes to sleep, her mind is very flexible and clear, so she still believed that Suqiu had left a backup plan. Uncertain. But at this time, Zhang Dada shook his head again. I don't think Suqiu has a clear mind. And if he has a way, wouldn't it be better to tell Reba directly? Furthermore, even if Suqiu finds the fishing net, he must have a boat to put the fishing net right. He must find a location close to the intersection of sea currents. Otherwise, he may not be able to catch fish even if he puts it out for a day. Even if Suqiu and Reba are lucky in the end, I am sure that they will definitely be at the bottom. Zhang Dada's tone was very certain. In his opinion, the young couple Suqiu and Reba had no chance of winning. To say that you are at the bottom is actually just because others are good and your evaluation is just raised. It makes sense. Yi Nengjin nodded thoughtfully. But I think Suqiu and Reba should be able to work together to come up with a solution. Compared with Suqiu, I'm still more optimistic about the other young couple, Zhang Dada said. Which pair? Asked the eldest sister Yaya. Of course Huahu and Qiren. Zhang Dada spoke directly without thinking. The eldest sister Yaya said, didn't teacher Dada just say that it would be difficult to get together 100 chickens and ducks? It's difficult to get it all together, Zhang Dada replied. But Huahua is very smart, he will definitely find a way. Then what can we do? Yaya, the eldest sister, asked. Can teacher Dada analyze it for us? Hearing this, Zhang Dada paused and did not answer directly but said, with Huahua's wisdom, he must have thought of a way to complete the task now, we just have to wait and see. But I can be sure that Huahua and Churin will be the first to complete the task this time. Hearing this, eldest sister Yaya suddenly smiled in her heart. She finally figured it out. No wonder Zhang Dada had been holding on to Su Qiu and Reba just now, emphasizing the difficulty and being at the bottom. It turns out that I put it here to pave the way because I wanted to praise Hua Chengyu. Yaya glanced at Hua Chengyu, who was standing on the roadside and pacing back and forth on the big split screen. This doesn't look like he has figured out a solution. It's really a compliment. Actually, I think that compared to Huahua and Churin, Sister Keiyu and Wang Dalu have a greater chance of finishing first. Deng Ziki raised his hand and expressed his opinion. Sister Keiyu's mind is quite flexible, and they also have a general goal. Huahua and Churin still have a higher chance, Zhang Dada immediately retorted. At this time Zhu Zhengyan smiled and said, it seems that Dada is very confident in Huahua. How about this? Let's make a small bet. Each of us will put up 20 love points. Guess which young couple can win? The person who completes the task first and doesn't guess correctly will add the 20 love points to the couple who completes the task first, as a reward for the couple. Love observers also have love points in their hands and can reward young couples at certain times. Of course, rewards cannot be given casually, there must be a reason. Zhang Dada said, then what if a dark horse couple breaks out in the middle and no one chooses them? It's impossible for 5 love observers to choose just one young couple. There will always be young couples who are not chosen, then we will reward them with 10 love points each, Zhu Zhengyan replied. Deng Ziki said, I think it's good. If that's the case, I'll choose Sister Keiyu and Wang Dalu first. Zhang Dada said without objection. Then I choose